Good morning. Sorry about that, guys. I haven't even got started talking yet, and somebody's already hitting me with um, harassment and bullying. What I love is that what I'm doing is not against community guidelines. What they're doing is against community guidelines, but I get the restriction. Make it make sense. What's wrong? Okay. Oh, this is annoying me. Okay, there we go. It's probably Lisa. It could be, or it could be one of her sycophants, one of her fans, and they don't want me to bring any information about her. And you know what's crazy though? It doesn't even have to be her. Again, if y'all don't know, Kim Peters um has an alternative account that she comes in and she watches informational pages. Yeah, Nicole. Most people don't. Like most people, again, she was my first scammer. She was my first. And she got me when she was asking for money to send her son to camp. And then her sister, Jess, showed that she had bought every single thing. Right. Informational pages. Hold on one second. Okay. You're good, CJ. All right. So let's get back to it because we don't want to be here till 12 o'clock. I'm so grateful everyone disowned me when I was an addict. It woke me up and got me sober. Yeah, Natalie. That's the part. Now, unfortunately, there are people in the world that have no relationship with anyone who's ever been an addict. That was me until I ended up with a boyfriend that was an addict. And so I didn't know what to look for. He was a functioning addict. He had a full-time job. He owned a barber shop. He was my son's barber. Everything seemed right until it wasn't. And so there are actual people who have no relationship with someone who's been an addict. So they think they're helping. But at this point, there has been so much information about her shared. She has admitted to a lot of it. So the fact that people are still giving her money behind the scenes, it's just baffling to me. When there are so many people in this world who could actually use the assistance. You're worrying about giving her cigarettes, and there are babies starving in this country. Make that make sense. Okay, so she's using the rehab thing again. Now, I want her to go to rehab. Y'all have to understand that my goal, and I can only speak for myself, is to get them to stop scamming so that they can become productive members of society. As I told you on Wednesday, True Knowledge and Cat, I'm leaving them alone for a little while because it seems like they're trying to make changes to become productive members of society. So if I see that you're trying, I'm going to back off because you're actually doing the thing. So if she does go to rehab, guess what's going to happen? I'm going to back off. I'm going to give her the opportunity to try. And if she fails and tries again, same thing. And if she fails and she tries again, same thing. I'm going to be supportive. When she was doing the Discord lives, I went in and I was like, listen, I'm all for you getting it together. I support you. White socks. I said to her, you could be the greatest comeback story ever. Then I wanted to hold Kim accountable and I got booted, but that's neither here nor there. So she's using the rehab thing again. This is what I didn't like. So she was demanding 3 packs of cigarettes. And if you are a smoker or you've ever been around a smoker, that's important. And when you are no longer able to get access to your DOC, cigarettes is often the replacement for your nerves. So I understand that that's what she wants. But for her to then turn around and start doxing people because she was mad that they weren't giving her the money for the cigarettes, the fact that she tried to throw in everybody's face that unless she gets it, she's not going, ma'am, who are you hurting? If you choose not to go, it's your life. But I think the Discord created a false understanding of hers that we care so much about whether she gets clean or not that her threatening not to go hurts us. How, wait, what did you say? Whoa, what she did, Chaotic Penguin, is she started to expose people's names who have gifted her in the past. And she did that because she knows that people who are on our side will look at them and be like, are you serious? So is it doxing in the traditional sense of giving out their address, phone number? No. But she did it to manipulate them into giving her money so she wouldn't say any more names. I think she got to either the second or third name and she got the money. And you know how you know she got the money? Because she got off the live. Did she go to rehab? No. White Sox. White Sox. White Sox, come here, please. Come on, buddy. Come on. White Sox. Y'all, he is being so bad right now. Come here, buddy. I know. Come on. I know. White Sox. White Sox. Come on. Come on. Y'all, I might have to pause for a second because he is cornering her and she doesn't like it. I don't know why he does this to her all the time. Anyway. Oh, 30 messages I missed. I'm sorry. Can anyone else hear a rattle, or is it my phone? Oh, Cindy, that's something that I, of course, want to do with people who want to be digital detectives. I often call out their enablers. Come here, Kira. Come here. Leave her alone. Hold on, y'all. I can't. One moment. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and run. Leave her alone. Please. Please leave her alone. Okay. Hopefully he will calm down now. He has his favorite things. He is a troublemaker. What he does is he jumps on her back and grabs the scruff as if they're gonna mate. And she doesn't like it. And she hisses oh, now he's gonna whine because he got in trouble. And so he doesn't do it every day, but the other problem, and he's afraid of heights. So I have created places where she can get up high and get away from him. But one of the problems is that oftentimes when she's trying to get away, she will run on me and scratch me terribly trying to get away, which is another reason why I wanted to stop, because I can't tell you how many scars I have from her running away from him and I get scratched up. Don't like it. Okay, back to Lisa. So Lisa doesn't get off unless she gets the money. And one of the things that a lot of the scammers do is when they get money, they pause the live to go check whether it's their PP, CA, Venmo, all of the apps of cash and her cousins. And when they get it, they just end the live. They just never come back. They do that so that when they do come back and ask for more, they can say they didn't get it or they didn't get enough. But Lisa gets hundreds of dollars still. So if you got the money, why didn't you go to rehab? Because she doesn't really want to go. So she's using excuses to explain. But the other day, she was like, my father got up. He's warming up the car. And if I don't get the money, I'm not going. If he gets up and warms up the car for no reason, and she'd be like, oh, you're going to pay. And when she still didn't get the money, she started revealing people's names of people who have either supported her in the past, promised to support her for this situation. And she did it because she knows that people will start messaging them and asking them, are they serious? She got to either 2 or 3 names and then ended the live because she got the money. And then what does she do? She comes back on and suddenly she's calm. And she's like, guys, I'm going to stay calm. I think she's able to stay calm because she got her DLC. Remember how she would spend hours on Kim Reyes' Discord answer questions, allow herself to be browbeat, allow herself to be made to feel like she's everybody's perfect person. And she never complained. She never said, I need cigarettes, because she was getting money on the back end for her DOC. That's how she was able to do it. So whatever money she got, she didn't get cigarettes. She got her DOC, which is how she's able to stay calm thereafter. My thing is this. You mean to tell me that your entire family can't get together and get you a couple of packs of cigarettes to go to rehab? If they all gotta pull together and put in $5, $10, your family won't make that happen so you could get better. Use common sense, guys. Common sense. Her parents will go without eating if she would go to rehab and get better for herself and her children. Because that's what parents do. It doesn't matter how old their child gets. They would probably love her to get out the house because she's caused so much chaos since being there. But you want me to believe that they wouldn't break their neck to get her cigarettes to go? Come on, y'all. Be for real. And let me say this. Wow, Jennifer. That's crazy. Right. You still love your children. Let me tell you something. People who have unalived people still get visits from their mother, because at the end of the day, that's still their child. Even when they've done the worst things in the world, that's still their child. Guys, do me a favor. Start liking the live. I should constantly be seeing hearts because there is 160 people in here. I'm not asking everybody to do it the entire live. I'm asking you to fill the heart tail, and then take a break for a little bit. Because clearly there's somebody in here reporting. So I wish she would go. If you have been giving to her, this is my advice. Let her reveal you. Because once you're revealed, will you get some hate messages? Probably. But then it's over. Then it's over. And you don't have to deal with her anymore. Block her on everything, and that's it. Do not be intimidated by what you think might happen. Let it happen. And then guess what? You are free of her. And if you don't get open arms anywhere else in this community, you'll have mine. Can you now come and sit down? Can you now come sit down? I don't want people in my inbox unless it's friendly chatting. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't understand what that means. I will welcome you with open arms. You are welcome to come here and tell your story and explain why you felt so compelled to continue to help her. I won't bash you. I won't tell you that you're stupid. I won't. If you are willing to stop, I will welcome you with open arms. The hate can only go on for so long. If you need to, private your account. Don't accept messages from people you don't know. But once it's over, it's over. To continue to allow her to manipulate you because you're in fear of the consequences, guess what? No amount of hate will stop me from keeping my money. Okay? Thank you for the follow, guys. Okay. Let's move on from her. That's what I wanted to say. And I would appreciate it if anybody who follows me have the same grace for people who might have been given to her. The only way it stops if those people stop. And if we don't give them an off ramp that says, yeah, she might tell your name, but you will have friends on the other side, it will keep them feeling compelled to help because they're going to be afraid of the hate. So we may not like it. I certainly don't. But we all have made mistakes. We have all done things wrong. And we all hope to receive forgiveness, to receive understanding. So I don't care if they've been given to her for 3 years, hundreds of dollars. You are welcome here if you stop. If you don't, then you get dragged. Okay, let's move on. Hello. We all know she's my favorite. This is Miss Amanda Bowden. Now, I talked about her on Wednesday because it was either Sunday or Monday. She asked for money to get a cab back to her safe space, in air quotes. She then asked for $18 because she claimed that that they raised her house dues to $175 and she was short $18. And then she followed that up with asking for $34 for a taxi. She claimed it was for her appointment for the surgery on her hip. Ma'am. Oh, and let's be very clear. This is when we're looking for things that help you identify if it's a scammer, she she and others will always make it an emergency. So what did she say? She said that at 10 something that night, she received a phone call saying that her ride had been canceled. Now, she alluded to the fact that the ride had been canceled by Medicare because she asked Medicare for the ride, she said, back in December. I have never heard of Medicare canceling a ride and then failing to provide another one. They can pay the cab company. She also made sure to tell everybody that she couldn't cancel the appointment because they're booking all the way out until September. Another emergency. She got canceled at 10 o'clock at night for a 9 a.m. appointment. And there are no appointments until September. They will all make it sound like it's a dire emergency, that there is no time, there is no way to make any sort of alternative relationships. If anybody's been following her for a while, she is repeating her old grift. Her old grift was taxis everywhere. And one of the reasons why she uses that is because this particular taxi company doesn't allow payment over the phone. You have to give her cash. And not only are you giving her cash for the ride, but there's a fee for her withdrawing the money. So you're covering her fee as well. Something else that she always does is she always looks up the distance so she could tell you exactly how many miles it's away. Who does that? Who does that? That's because that's all part of the plan. Right. The Medicare covers rides. Depending on which, if you traditional Medicare does it, and if you have Medicare Part, I think C, which is A, B, and D combined, but through another company like Blue Cross Blue Shield, Humana, y'all see the commercials. They provide rides to appointments. Now, the other reason why she said that this was so important was because this was for her hip surgery and she needed a place to recover, which is true. I'm not going to call her a liar, but I am going to say I'm holding my breath until she's actually under anesthesia getting the surgery, because she has begged on the surgery multiple times. This isn't her first go round with saying she was getting surgery on her hip. This is not the first time. What was also interesting was someone asked her, because she was like, her hip, she had a condition that deteriorated her hip, right? Somebody said, was it cancer? And what did she say? She said, where was it? She said she isn't getting into it. Is she not getting into it because we know she lied about her cancer diagnosis? Is that why you don't want to get into it? Because that's a yes or no answer. Yes or no. But if she says no, all of us who remember are going to be like, wait a minute, what? You told everybody for months it was cancer related. And if she says yes, people are going to be like, be for real. We know you were lying about that. Multiple people were like, yo, you're back at this every day. You find a new reason, a new excuse. And she was like, I admit that I used to ask a lot, but I haven't for the last couple of months. I will agree with you, Amanda. You kind of went MIA for a little while, but you are back with a vengeance. And you're finding an excuse now to always need a ride. and always needing it from the very cab company that doesn't take payment over the phone. Isn't that convenient? And initially, she was like, she refused to give details. She was like, I'm not telling you what it's for. Then it was, it's for a health appointment. And when she wasn't getting any money still, then she started to reveal that it's a surgeon's office. And then it's a surgery for my hip. She eventually gave it all away. So why you didn't just say that from the gate? Because the less she reveals, the less we have information to clock her with. And she said, then she tried to say she kind of canceled it before because she's afraid of the surgery. And that this time she tried to cancel the appointment because she's nervous. But that's when she found out that they're booking out until September. I don't, if there is a surgeon who is booking out to September, he needs to add some more surgeons to the practice. Okay, so let me see. Then someone brought up the car and she's like, it's still in the impound. I've worked out a deal with them, and next month when I get my pay, I'll be able to get it. Didn't she tell all of us that the house took her check and managed it for her so that she would be able to progress? So how are you paying impound fees? And what kind of deal? They've had the car for several months. Most impound lots would have already sold this car. How is someone who's on disability, who's in some sort of shelter home situation, ever going to be able to pay them for storing it for 2 months? So, of course, what did she say? They're working out a deal for me. Now, this is my other question. She gets 900 and something dollars a month, right? Her rent is $175 a week. What money do you have to give to the impound? You're only left with a couple $100. So, how do you have money to get the car out of impound? Again, they say anything to continue to move the needle, to continue to receive support. And again, part of what pisses me off is that there are very, very, very wealthy people on this app. I don't never seen them given to the scammers. The scammers are looking for older women and men who don't understand the scam, who have disposable income because they're retired. Some people are literally giving out of their need because they feel like I have a roof over my head, food in my stomach, a car to go to doctors. She's less fortunate, so I will take my last $20 and give it to her. It is disgusting. Okay, I'm just checking my notes. I'm sorry. Ooh. She said Medicare doesn't have any drivers, that they weren't able to find a replacement. Do you honestly think that Medicare is casual? Like, oh, we couldn't find any drivers, so you're on your own. Absolutely not. Because if it's a service that they provide, that they promise in their explanation of benefits, they're obligated to find it. And if they can't find it with company A, they go to company B. And if company B can't be taken care of, they will pay for a Lyft or an Uber. But of course, you claim you don't have any in your neighborhood. So, okay, they will pay the taxi. Or at worst, reimburse you for the money you had to spend. So check this out. She gets the money from you, and then Medicare reimburses her. Do you think she gives the money back to the person who gave it to her to begin with? Absolutely not. She also claims that she will never take pain medication again, and she said because pain medications were her DOC. As of when? Because we all saw the picture with the pipe. Everybody remember that photo where then she tried to take another photo, editing out the thing that was there to try to prove that it was lipstick or nail polish or whatever she said it was? We clearly saw the pipe. But guess what? It's a little more acceptable to say that you were prescribed pain meds and it was so loosey goosey at the time you got addicted. Girl, please. I ask you, when you are in these lives and you see people asking questions that seem like they're likely to send her money, good morning. Please send them a message, a kind one, one that respects the fact that it's their money and they can do what they want with it. But to please keep your money in your pocket. And then exit stage left. If they still choose to give their money, well, then it's on them. And when they start getting requests on the back end constantly, you got warned. I told you so. Okay, next. I'm trying to get through them as quickly as possible with also being thorough. All right, let's see. Do yesterday. Who are we doing next? Thank you for the heart, me. Welcome to the team. So, Maggie is now preparing for her next trip, which I'm not sure if all of you are aware, but there is a station called, oh God, what is it called? I can't think of it now. But they have a series of reality TV shows that have gained a lot of popularity. Yeah, baddies. But that's not the channel, that's the show. Good morning. What's up? What's up,
Good
TikTok?
morning. Real quick, digital. Everybody, if you have YouTube, go to Apple Bonnet, Bonnet Chronicles. Watch the show that she did last night. She's not only exposing Maggie, but she's exposing one of her mods who claims that her husband is a police officer. You have to watch it. It's about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours long, but you have to watch it.
What
I'll pin
was
it as
it
soon as I get
called?
out of the box.
Okay,
What's
Apple
that?
what? What was it?
Apple
Apple.
Apple Bonnet, Bonnet Chronicles. As soon as I jump out of the box, I'll pin it.
Okay,
All right,
perfect.
thanks, dear.
Thank you. So now she's already attempted to do. No, it's not on Discovery. Oh, why can't I think of the channel? It was Ray J. It's Ray J's channel, which is why she has that picture with her and Ray J. Anyway, I'll think about it. It's a show called Baddies, and most of the time, like, wasn't Krishan Rock on Baddies? Like, it's girls who are like rappers or whatever the case may be. They have a talent. They travel around. They do club appearances and make money. They fight. They beef. Whatever. It's hosted with a girl named Natalie Nunn, who was a part of that reality TV show of bad girls that used to fight. So it's trash TV. Let's just be honest. It is not enlightening in any way, but people enjoy it. Who am I to? Is you enjoy what you enjoy? Zeus Network, exactly. Thank you so much. Zeus. It is like the watching the Jerry Springer show with a lot more violence. She tried out before, and even then she was Maggie. And they could see clearly that she had a deficiency. And so the host was trying to be nice to her. And she was like, she even told them, like, I don't have money to get back to the airport and get home. And he's like, okay. Give me a minute. I'm going to talk to you after I do this. And she's like, okay, because I only have cab money. How you go all the way to a show and then demand that they pay for your way back? So there's another tryout. She's going to try out again. Now, this is what I don't understand. The people who are in her boxes, why do y'all find this funny? They literally giggle every time she says or does something. Or they'll be like one of her plans is to give Natalie some wig that she won that's synthetic. Natalie Nunn's wigs are hundreds and hundreds of dollars. They're real human hair. This synthetic wig, Natalie Nunn doesn't want that. Now, mind you, they were telling her that, but giggling at the same time and laughing and kikiing and still telling people to give her money. What are you doing it because you know that she's going to get embarrassed and you want to watch her embarrassment? Make it make sense. And she's sitting there, I need $307 because I need spending money and food money. And then doesn't have an airline ticket, intends to go to the airport and beg for the airline ticket. Y'all, I can't make up none of this. And they think it's funny. It's embarrassing. And let's be frank, most of them are black women. I'm embarrassed of you. I don't connect. It's none of it is funny. Not the way she begs, not the way she's rude and acts inappropriate. And I guess for this season, they're doing something where you can win $5,000. she's like, I don't even care about being on the show. I want the $5,000. If anybody has watched any episode of Baddies knows that there is no way she's getting it unless they do it out of sheer sympathy. But why would you encourage her? I have secondhand embarrassment for her, and I'm not even a supporter. And the people who claim to be her supporters thinks it's funny. If I could trade them from being black women, I would. It's embarrassing. And I really hope at some point there is someone in her life who can intervene on her behalf to get her out of this cycle. While I respect the fact that what she asks for the money for is what she's using it for, there is no DOC that's making her do this. She is trying to have experiences in life. So when she asks for $150 to go play bingo, she goes and plays bingo with the $150. But to encourage her to go on baddies, and baddies isn't just about being mean and fighting. The alternative explanation for baddies is that you're a baddie. You're beautiful. Everybody wants you. You have beautiful wigs and a beautiful body, and you're like a rapper or a model. Like the baddies has two connotations to the word. Maggie. It is delusional to think that you would actually end up on baddies. And again, if you do, it's either out of sympathy or to make you the joke of the show. It's not because they think you're a baddie. So for her to have people in her life, I said this before when I was hesitating to cover her. I absolutely blame the enablers, because she's not all there. She has a mental deficiency. But she's also mean and rude and condescending. I just don't like it all the way around. But if you've never listened to one of her lives, obviously go there to the Apple Bonnet Chronicles and listen. But if you come across her, she fired her previous caregiver. The caregiver wouldn't let her do this stuff. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. Okay. Oh, I put her twice? Okay, one less person. All right, let's move on. Thank you for the heart, me. Welcome to the team. Miss Kim Peters and her fake reborn doll, who she took a very useful, almost brand new car seat that could have gone to a mother that didn't have it, but she took it for a doll. Her money train is leaving the station, and she is mad about it. And yes, you have every right to blame awareness, Kim, because we are staying on your neck. But it is also you. You do not provide a sympathetic aura about yourself that would make people want to help you. You act like trash and then expect people to give you money for Taco Bell at 10 o'clock, beer and Taco Bell at 10 o'clock at night, after you vulgarly explain your adult activities. Not taking into consideration that there could have been any number of people in your life that it would have been inappropriate to hear. But her and her people believe that we're making so much money talking about her, but she can't get any help. My question is this, Kim: where's the eviction? Because you didn't get money to cover it. So where's the eviction, Kim? And how you knew she was lying? If Kim had come on here and been like, I need boxes, I gotta start packing because I'm hoping not to move, but just in case I do, I want to at least have my valuables taken care of and boxed up. She never once even cleaned up in anticipation of moving. But you want me to believe the eviction was real? Mind you, she has used eviction multiple times. Now, let's be clear about something. She probably is late paying her bills because she'd rather eat. She'd rather go places and do things than take responsibility. And while her money train was full and at the station, she could just go, and got money. Now she can't get it no matter how she begs. Am I supposed to feel bad for you? I don't. You're vulgar, you're mean, you're inappropriate. There isn't a sympathetic bone in your body that would cause me to give you a penny. I was mad when I made the mistake and sent a rose. Mind you, update, she can't get gifts. Not because TikTok took them away. She canceled her gift giving. Why? Because for some reason she no longer has access to her PayPal, and PayPal is the only place that you can cash your gifts out on, according to her. But there's an alternative possibility, and that is that she has to share those gifts with TikTok, so that she either gets 40% or 50% because she's not in the creator fund. So she's not getting 60% of the gifts. So now, if you want to support her, you have to send her cash. Ain't that convenient? Because then she don't got to wait till Wednesday for the payout. Ain't that convenient? Yeah, she always is trying something new to get money, other than doing anything that she needs to do. Don't hear about her cell phone being cut off anymore. How'd that get taken care of, Kim? Yeah, it's $5 or $6 to get off her block list. Excuse me. When I tell you she's trying to find a way to make money by any means necessary other than working, she will say and do almost anything to avoid taking responsibility, to avoid a change in her lifestyle. Didn't you tell all of us you had diabetes? Do you know how much sugar is in the things that she chooses to consume? What was the other money grab? That her older cat was ill and needed to go to the vet. We all know that in All for One's link tree is assistance for veterinary care when you can't afford it. But of course, she can't bring herself to even look at it because she's trashed All for One. So if your cat is really sick, he's suffering, but you want money for Taco Bell. Which one is it? What's more important? If something was wrong with my babies and I didn't have the money and I had to come on here and be like, I need assistance, I wouldn't be asking for Taco Bell. I would be singularly focused on my animals. And vet care is not cheap, not by any stretch of the imagination. It is not cheap. But if you're going to be a pet parent, you have the obligation to care for them. But she wouldn't dare bring him back to the pound and say, it's no longer financially viable for me to have these animals because they're a money grab. Why would she give them up? And if anybody was in her live yesterday when she went over to her bird, Lewis does not like her. Good morning. I thought you had to be oh, no. I thought you had to be a senior citizen to get Meals on Wheels. No, you don't have to be a senior citizen. Hey, Ladybug, thank you. Like the live, guys. Like the live, share the live. Fill the heart tail. 800 to get her cat seen. Isn't that convenient? That is 800, the same 800 she needed for her rent. But according to her, she's not getting any help. So if you're not getting any help, how are all of these things getting taken care of? And I want for them to provide proof that people who bring information, in my case, raising consciousness, makes money on this app talking about her. Show the proof. You are so sure that it's happening? Show the proof. No, her rent is more than that because it got reported that she was making money on TikTok. So the portion she had to pay did increase. Now, I want to slide from her for a second because I want to talk about somebody else. Ooh. Mm, Ireland too. Ireland too was a Kim supporter. And now she's going live. She had been using the gingerbread man just like Kim was using, and she switched it up. Now, Miss Ireland here says if you can like the live and give her gifts, if you can, it's appreciated. I think, this is my opinion, that she wants what she saw Kim getting. And she's about to become a full blown scammer beggar. Because she already has pictures on her account with all of her information to pay her, to gift her through the apps of cash and their cousins already. But now she's going live using a filter. At least Kim talks. This chick don't even have nothing to say. Like literal silence. Now, there's a couple of things that you can do that make me think you're a scammer in 2.2 seconds. So I went to her live. I heard about her, right? So I go in her live as digital deceivers. And I say nothing. I'm just observing. Because I told y'all, I don't take anybody else's word for it that somebody is a scammer. You got to meet my definition of a scammer before I label you a scammer, right? So I'm sitting there watching. It's incredibly boring because she's not really saying anything. And by the way, her husband, if it is her husband, I'm not sure. His name on here is Fish Sticks. And just like Frank is her mod, I believe Fish Sticks is her mod. I'm just sitting there. I haven't said a word and I get blocked. Now, let me tell you why that's significant. Because I can go in lives, thousands of people. They're not beggars, they're providing content. They just call me digital. They see my name, but they'll just call me digital. They'll be like, welcome in, digital, thank you, whatever the case may be. They're not paying attention to my name, going to my account, seeing who I am, and blocking me. Because they're not even thinking in that vein. This girl had 30 people in her live and had 3 mods. You modded up before you even gained a following. Oh, thank you, Diane. Thank you. When you block me that fast, you have given yourself away. So I went back in under my Digital Deceivers Expose account. And I let her know, for blocking me, you are now on my radar. Thank you very much. And she said, what makes me a digital deceiver? And before I could answer, guess what happened? I got blocked. you have given yourself away. So, of course, I went back in under my accounts that nobody knows are mine, and I watched. But I watched from the outside. I call it window watching. How do you do that? When you search somebody's name, sometimes their lives will pop up automatically. But if for some reason they don't, you hit the live category and it'll show you. And you just watch from the outside. Now you can't see the comments, you can't comment, but you can watch. When I tell you, she literally has no content. She doesn't even talk. Talk about your day. Talk about your life. Talk about what's happening in the news. Talk about anything. She literally sits there in silence and only responds to the one or two messages that she sees. And on that particular day, people who call out scammers were the primary people in there talking. And she would go back and forth with them for a moment, and then her mods would block her. Or him. I said her just because I'm a her. Why are y'all so quick to block? We don't even know what's the truth and what's the lie at this point. So why are you blocking? But I believe that these are all former, or they might still be Kim supporters, but they all came from Kim Peters. So they are trying to preemptively strike before she starts begging in the hopes that they can keep us out of there to bring awareness about her. Well, guess what? Welcome to my magnifying glass. Because now I do want to know everything. Now I do want to know what's the truth and what's the lie. Oh, thank you for the gifts. I appreciate it. I believe that she saw how much money Kim got and got jealous. And let's be clear, she is not, oh, thank you for the heart. She is not the first person who was an enabler or a mod or a sycophant that has then tried to translate that into their own begging channel. She is not the first. She won't be the last. The last person who did it that I'm aware of, that I was able to clock, y'all remember United Together? She was Beth's mod, Beth Osborne. Helped Beth lie to get money. And then all of a sudden she woke up, right? She came running to the quote unquote awareness community. And what did the awareness community do? They opened their arms to her. They were kind. They were nice. They were understanding. They let her tell her story. And guess what we all did? We all followed her. But guess what became apparent after a little while? She wanted the glory. She wanted the attention. And eventually, anybody who was getting attention that she wasn't she started having a problem with. Guess what? She doesn't do quote unquote awareness anymore. If you were dedicated to the cause, man, why'd you stop? Someone told me now she's doing true crime. Well, I got blocked because I tried to give her a little bit of advice and she told me she has plenty of um, mentors. She doesn't need it from me. Maybe you should have listened. Because now nobody in the awareness community likes you anymore. And how do you have beef with some of the biggest people on this side? People who, like, it's not like there are other people who people have a problem with. These are some of the most respected in the game. Why do you have a problem with them? Because they were getting attention you weren't? But I think the switch happened not because she woke up and no longer wanted to help Beth lie, steal, cheat, beg, whatever you want to call it. I think she left because she wanted the attention for herself. Because even in her quote unquote awareness, it was still all about her. That's weird. That's suspicious. That's what I think this one is doing. She is trying to make sure that she gets as many people who are prepared to bring to light her nonsense before she actually starts the beg. But y'all just sit back and watch. Let's see how long it takes. You said, wow, I'm dumb sometimes. Why you say that, Erica? No, you're not. Good morning, everybody. Who does true crime? Want to make sure not one I watch. At the time, her name was United Together. I don't know what it is now. I've gotten blocked. And what's crazy is when we had our interaction and she blocked me because so let me just tell the story again. We had one situation, I won't even bring it up. The thing that got me blocked was she had done a live until the wee hours of the morning, Saturday morning. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like, Kiki had a good time. We laughed, we joked. She had done her makeup in a very ridiculous way. So we laughed about it. We listened to people who went live. It was a good night. She said to everybody in the live that she had spent all week doing this and that she needed to give attention to her husband and her son, that she wouldn't be on unless something major happened, that we could expect to see her on Monday. I can't remember if it was Penny Ferry or All for One, but they have promoted that they were going to go live Saturday evening. Now, y'all know my stance. If someone who brings awareness goes live and I feel like they add value to the conversation, I leave. Why would I want to divide people? Everybody should be able to hear everybody, especially those who actually bring the best awareness. I will tell everybody, I'll see you guys in a couple of days. Let's all go watch such and such, right? Now, I don't do that for scammers, but for people who bring attention to what the scammers are doing, absolutely. So, Saturday, she's back on. And I'm thinking to myself, I thought she said that she needed to spend time with her husband and her son. But okay. So the other person goes live. So I come in her live and I'm just like, hey guys, is everybody going? Let's just say it was All For One. Is everybody going to go watch All For One? He's live now. She lost it on me. Why am I trying to take people from her live? I'm not. But usually people will go from live to live. Why wouldn't you want everybody to go to their live and hear the information they have to bring? So I tried to explain, I'm not trying to take people from you. It's what we all do. We go from live to live to live and try to learn as much information as possible. And then I was like, oh, I was like, y'all are talking about the same person. I'm trying to explain myself because I had no ill intentions. And she was like, oh, so I'm not allowed to talk about somebody that somebody else is talking about? No. I'm just saying, why are you trying to divide the community? You've already been on for several hours at this point. So she blocks me. Then somebody else goes live like the next day. I jump in the live. I don't get in the box. I'm just in the live. And she blocks me from that person's live. But before she could block me, I hear her say to everybody, oh, that's the person that's such and such. And before I could say anything, she blocked me from their live. Now you're doing too much. You don't want me in your live, cool, but you're doing too much now. So I thought about it. And I was like, maybe I offended her. Even though that wasn't my intention. If she feels offended, then I've done something wrong. So I reached out to her and I sent her a message. And I was like, listen, I understand that that's what you feel I was doing. That wasn't my intention. So I apologize. We need to stay united, right? That's your name. We are all on the same side of this, right? She was like, I accept your apology, but I'm going to maintain my boundaries. Okay, cool. But you you can't stop me from seeing other people. Like that's ridiculous. So she was like, "Okay, I won't engage with you if it's someone else's live and if I won't block you." And so I felt really bad. Like, what's going on? But then to find out that then she had beef with other people who bring awareness information to the scammers, I was like, okay. She wants all the attention for herself. She wants all the gifts to come to her. She got jealous of watching Beth get that money and she wanted it. And I'm going to stand 10 toes down in that belief. Because why else? Why else? Good morning. And so Miss Ireland got two. Let's sit back and watch, y'all. And what's funny is she always uses a filter, but she has her pictures all over her account. Let's find her. This is one picture that I found that wasn't using a filter. Because she uses filters heavy. Heavy. Now, this is the thing. She has a couple of children. One sounds very young, and the other sounds a little older. Her son, the older one, who can actually talk, kept coming up to her while she was live and asking her questions. Now, I'm sorry. If my child needed my attention, the live would have to wait. You're not even talking, you're just sitting there in silence. So the first time he comes over, he was asking about making a mask or something, and she talked to him for a couple of seconds, sent him on his way. She yells out to Fish Sticks, like, "Are you finished?" Because she clearly was annoyed that she was getting interrupted. The little boy comes up to her again and says something, and whatever he says, she doesn't want that on the live. So she says to him, "You can't talk to me about that while I'm live." Again, if your child needs to talk to you about something that you don't want on the live, first of all you have to do is mute. But you know what she said to her child? "You have to wait until I'm finished on live." What? So the live is more important than helping your child with whatever they need? Do we have another Kiki? Ma'am, A, there's nobody in your live. B, you're not talking. You're not getting gifts. Nothing is moving or shaking in the live. But you'd rather sit there to start building an audience than taking care of whatever your child's needs are? Girl, when I tell you the magnifying glass got bigger and bigger as the day went on, if you think you got rid of me, you didn't, love. And now I'm introducing you to everybody else. So y'all go check her out. I'm sure she'll be live today. Don't expect to be entertained in any way, though. She doesn't talk. Now, she'll probably hear about this and talk about it. I don't care. When you blocked me before I could say two words because you and your mods went and looked at my account, if you're not digitally panhandling, if you're not digitally scamming, if you're not digitally begging, what's wrong with me watching your live? I go through thousands of lives. They don't even care that I'm there. But you do? Girl, why do people keep trying to battle me? No. Okay, finally, it let me turn it off. So now we're going to go to raising the consciousness real quick. So if y'all recall, Wednesday, I showed y'all wording to use when you are reporting an account. These are the words that TikTok recognizes as violations to their community guidelines. Okay? Words like excessively, manipulative, exploitative, deceptive, excessively begging for money. I have put this on my page as a post so that you can save it, refer to it, screenshot it. You can screenshot it now. You can post it on your account. It's public information. I just did a Google search. And if you want to verify, thank you for the gifts. Google it yourself. Right, Jennifer. A whole lot of them. Okay, I'll give y'all 2 seconds if anybody else wants to screenshot it before I move on. Because Miss Ireland taught me something I didn't know. And I thought if I didn't know that, then maybe other people don't know it. Yeah, when you read this, it's like y'all have all of these guidelines that you want everybody to live by, but not this one? Okay. Kaylee, let me explain something. And y'all know I say this, awareness always wins, but it requires patience and consistency. They may come back no violations. Keep doing it. Use these words specifically. There's a record of the report. They get so many, and it forces them to look into it. Eventually, their accounts start getting nannered. Ask Windwalker. Ask True Knowledge. No, it's not going to happen in the first 100 reports because for some reason TikTok doesn't recognize what they're doing as a violation of the very thing they say is a violation. But if we are consistent, if we are patient, it will happen. You got to understand something. TikTok makes money off of all of the accounts. So to block, ban, nanner an account, that's money out of TikTok's pocket. They're not going to do it on the first, second, third, fourth, or fifth report. We have to be consistent and patient. But let me tell you what I learned by window watching Miss Ireland. I don't even know her real name yet, but whatever. Let me show you this little box. So while I was window watching Miss Ireland, I was holding my thumb on the actual live, and this little beauty popped up. You can report a live without being in it. Correct. Reporting from outside the box. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? I didn't know. And I said, if I don't know, there might be other people who don't know. Okay, how to window watch cat juice? You go to the search page, you type in their name. Sometimes their live will just pop up. If it doesn't, at the top you'll see like users, accounts, videos, whatever. Click live. And usually, if you have the name accurately in their live, it'll be at the top. And then you can just window watch. The other way to do it is if you scroll, not the lives, but just regularly scroll. If you come across their page, you can watch it without going in. Right. You just search. So you can hit dislike, language you choose. But what I love more is inappropriate content. You click that, it opens a box where you could type what was inappropriate. I was like, let me find out. I was like, I had something else for the raisins of consciousness for today. When I came across this, I was like, I'm sharing it. Because if I don't know, other people don't know. And for those of you that didn't know, y'all didn't tell me. Stop guarding the secrets. Share them. So we all know. Isn't that interesting? Good morning. How to screen record a live. You're in the live or you're watching from the outside, it doesn't really matter. I have both the iPhone and an Android. Wait, let me see if I could.
Okay, I'm going to show you something. This is what when I do my drop down screen, this is what it looks like on my iPhone. You can see if you go to the second to the last row, you see the flashlight symbol. Right next to that is a record button. You click on that, it tells you screen recording, it gives you a countdown. You go back to the live and it will record it. That's the record button. I just wanted the people to see what the record button was. TJ, you are correct. That's what the record button looks like on an iPhone. And yeah, and Android actually. And you can create the settings so that you put it on your screen where you want it. So I could, you see what is it? Forget that. Shazam. I could move the recording button to there, or up where it has mirroring. I could move it. You can move it anywhere. If you don't see it right away, swipe. But you can also go to settings and set up what you have in here as well. That's how you do it. Okay? Yeah. It's Google searchable. It's very easy once you know how. No problem. I'm all about raising the consciousness. So, Miss Ireland is somebody to watch. This is my second. I'm calling it a bolo. Be on the lookout. Coffee Queen. Add her to the list. You know what, CJ? I keep telling you. Be on the lookout for Miss Coffee Queen. I'm not going to call her a scammer yet, but she certainly does have scammer tendencies. Yeah, she's new to me too. I think other people might know her, but she's new to me too. Like I said, the moment we get one scammer to go away, 10 more pop up. Natalie Facts. Let's give y'all another look at her. This is Coffee Queen. She also uses a lot of filters, but that's what she really looks like on a regular day. Hey, all for one. You offer resources to her. You're the best, man. You're the best. So here's another one. Oh, wait. Ginger, you read my mind. My third bolo of the day is Little Kitty private account. Be on the lookout. Write her down too. Little Kitty private account. Let me show you her. This is her. She's a cute little thing. She has a little boy. She claims she's living in a hotel. She says she doesn't have any family. She says that she doesn't get very much in food stamps. I don't see like 100. I don't see how that's possible with a little baby. I do not see how it's possible. She had a car. Apparently, it's going to get repoed today. And she was saying that if she loses the hotel room, like they're going to be homeless and there isn't even a car. Now, she claims that from May or June of last year until November, she DoorDashed and like Uber Eats and stuff. My question is, why did you stop? Why did you stop? Or is it you stopped because you started making money and the system was like, oh, well, if you're making money, you don't need as much? I don't know. I don't know her reason for stopping, but she did in November. And people are like, well, file your taxes. Well, I only got $500 in taxes last year. Again, girl, go somewhere and get your taxes done. Because again, I don't see how and why. But if there has to be a reason to get taxes back, ma'am. I thought she said her mother passed away. Or no, not that her mother passed away, but isn't it her mother who she blames for everything? That she's not helping her? Anyway, let me just show y'all this. I want y'all to see this. This is supposed to be a hotel, and if it's a long-term one, it absolutely can be. But do you see that microphone? Do you see the gaming chair? Do you see the headphones? Now, I'm not saying any of that is expensive, right? Some, like the microphone and the headphones, you could probably get off TikTok Shop. You could probably get it from Temu. Right. The chair is expensive. How it was gifted to her? How is this set up, but you have nothing? And she's on TikTok live and Twitch. And she's like, oh, I've been doing this for 5 years, I think she said. What's that thing? It's suspicious. Now, I haven't labeled her a scammer yet. It's to be on the lookout. Let's stop watching her and see what's what. Good morning. Yeah, it doesn't, but it could be. You know, they're different everywhere. Where are we at? Okay, I gotta finish up. Okay, one last person. Jordan Paul has been MIA. Oh, okay, Mads. She has an excuse for everything. Yeah, that's what it seems like. That's what it seems like. Where is Jordan Paul? I feel like there's a new account somewhere. Because this is someone who was asking literally every day. Whether it was for dog food, for gas for the car, for food. Mind you, she had a couple of jobs, but she was still asking. And let's not forget the assault that she claims that her landlord, where is she? Jail or rehab, potentially, because she is just gone. So let's be on the lookout for her. See if anybody sees another account. Her name is Jordan Paul. Oh, I do. I have one other. I'm sorry, guys. Be on the lookout for her. I have one other, and that one's going to be quick. Because, no, she's active on Facebook. What is her Facebook account? Is it Jordan Paul? She changed platforms. She could have changed platforms in anticipation of TikTok going away. Good morning, Mitzi.
Hey, good morning. Sorry I'm driving if you hear background noise, so I just wanted to jump in really quick. It is Jordan Paul. I can send you the link in a message. But we also heard on Reddit that she had gotten fired from that security job, but I truthfully don't believe that because where has she been? I mean, she was fired and she had 2 jobs and was begging for money. What is she doing?
Correct.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know, but I do know. I mean, somebody else had linked her Facebook, so I've been checking it. She's been active over there.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'll
Thank you
send it
very
to
much.
you.
Okay.
All
Thank you.
right, I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
jump down.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
I knew she wasn't gone because she suddenly fixed herself. Ha! I knew that. Okay, CJ, check it out. Check it out. That's what I love about the digital detectives. I love it. And that's why we need a community to work together because no one person can do it all. We need a community. And again, when I talk about digital detectives, I am not saying that I'm trying to create a crew of exclusive people who only work with me, who only follow me, who only do the things that I want. No. Anybody that is doing any sort of watching, reporting, you're a digital detective. That's it. That's it. That's all. All right. The very last person, and then I'm going to open it up. Oh, there she goes. I don't understand her at all. She goes live. She has the note, please help me keep this room. I don't even think she puts an amount. And that's a new thing that a lot of them are doing. When you ask them, well, what are, like, how much or what, they'll be like, especially like Erica will be like, there's no limit. Whatever you could give is fine. But she keeps her, oh, for sure they're on rugs. But she keeps her microphone turned off a lot of the time. Forget about not talking. You can't even hear anything. And like at one point, she literally had the phone turned to the ceiling. Her name is It's KK Smith, but the account also says no account found. That's actually her account. No account found. But it's also It's with a Z, KK Smith. Correct, Lady Day. If they say they need $30 and then people will be like, well, I gave 10, I gave 20, or I gave 30, then people will stop giving. Like, you've reached your goal. Oh, check her out. Again, it is boring. Oh, she's from Canada. It is boring. Right. Right, Lisa. And yesterday he was the face. He was on. And guess what? They were in a hotel room. And you know what else? Her hair is always done. When she had a split black and blonde, that is very difficult to achieve, and it was clearly a professional job. She didn't do that in the hotel bathroom. I promise you. It was expertly done. And then now it's other colors. But that, when it was blonde and black, well, listen, I understand she's boring. Report the page and then move on. You don't got to stay long. Report the page. She shouldn't be able to do what she's doing. Right. They're getting tattoos. They're going to the store and buying stuff. Weren't you just saying that you needed gas for your car and now you're in Walmart buying stuff? And what kills me, their supporters will be like, it shouldn't matter what they spent the money on. What? What you mean? I took out of my pocket because I thought that you were falling apart. And then I see you living it up. And that's how I feel about her hair. But they need a hotel. Get a job. She had a hotel for many days in a row. Why can't you get a job? But instead, you spend hours on live, not saying anything, not communicating, have the mic off, and you expect people to continue to give you money? I don't understand how anybody gave her money from the jump. You don't even talk. But when she was checking out of the hotel, she made sure you saw her doing that. And then standing outside on the street, they are clearly users. You just have to look at them and the way that they act, and you know they have a DOC. I know they don't have a car. But that doesn't stop them from getting a job. If the both of them got a job, they might be able to take care of themselves, even if they have to start in a hotel for a little while. I'd rather do anything than beg. And what cracks me up is when they're like, this was my last resort. I did everything and then I had to come to you. Be for real. This is your first resort, not your last. You don't know how hard it is for me to be here and hear all this hate. Well, if it's that bad, stop doing it. Okay. I did the raising the consciousness. I talked about the scammers I wanted to talk about. I hope you guys got the names of the bolos, people to look out for. She's one of them. If you didn't know anything, yeah, they do everything except get a job. Everything. And now Amanda's claiming that when she gets the surgery, it's going to improve her mental health, her emotional health, her physical health, and she is looking forward to getting a job. I'm holding my breath. Thank you, Natalie. Okay, the floor is now open. I told y'all, be prepared to come in here on Friday and share your thoughts. The floor is open. And somebody better come up here, because I told y'all the other day that that's what we were doing. Here we go. Oh yes, Karen, you said you was coming. Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, I'm from Canada and I just seen something this morning and I actually sent it to you. It says that Trump signed whatever he signed that says people on food stamps can now only get it 3 months out of the year. Has anybody
If
else seen that?
yes, so from what I understand, if you are able-bodied, you don't have children or small children, you will be required to get a job, and that you can only get it for 3 months. It's not a year, it's like 3 months in 2 years, something like that. But yes, that is in fact the case.
Well, so now what do you think's going to happen to all these scammers that are on food stamps?
They'll be begging even more. It's funny because like when Erica was saying how she lost her food stamps and it's because of TikTok, that might not be the case, my dear, because DSS offices around the country, in anticipation of Trump inauguration, like as soon as they knew that he was going to be president, they started making changes so that on January the 1st, a lot of people got the shock of their lives that they no longer were going to qualify for food stamps. So when she's like, it has to be TikTok, it might not be. Things are changing. And when I say rapidly, I mean rapidly. Yeah, Brie. Well, Ty maybe not, because Ty is um, disabled. He received Social Security. So maybe not. So for the people who have Social Security, they are considered not able bodied. But if you, there are, when they expanded Medicaid a few years ago, there are a lot of able bodied people who were added to the rolls. They're going to be getting kicked off. And there is a 3 month limit, but a lot of people thought it was 3 months every year. It's not. It's
Oh,
not
I
three
see.
months every year. It's like 18 when SS gets word of his $2,000 a month. He can say bye bye to that. Oh, facts. That's why a lot of them are upset about the fact that they're getting reported for their TikTok income, because all of the services that they receive are going to go away. Like Detroit Nike, if he is receiving any services, going away, going away. 3 month lifetime. I don't know if it's lifetime, but I do know, and the reason why I'm not even going to say lifetime is because when another president comes in, they can change it. So for the time that he is president, that will be the case.
Right. And speaking of Detroit Nike,
Yes.
did you see he's asking for $1,200 before Sunday now?
What? Oh,
Yeah.
please share. Let us know. Tell us what's going on. I
Yeah,
did not
it's
see that.
yeah. Yesterday he announced his goal now is $1,200 before Sunday to pay for his apartment.
Hasn't he done that multiple times?
Oh yeah, well before Christmas he raised $450 for the deposit.
Are people giving him the money?
Well, he's gonna be all over it today, so everybody watch that.
Wait, what's Sunday?
Well, he's got on Monday he has to pay it, I guess. So his goal is to get uh 2, 3, $400 each day, so he can add it up to 1,200, so he has it for Monday.
Yeah, most people move in on the first.
I know.
He got 1,000 last week.
So here's a little story, and it's kind of bizarre, but like I told you before, I private message people on his page and I show them videos of him admitting that he scams.
Right.
Saved a lot of people from donating. Phone is connected and charged. And just before Christmas, I messaged one lady. She messaged me back, thanked me for doing that and opening her eyes. And, we chit chatted, and she even gave me her phone number. And then we were texting each other. Then, about a week later, she's on Detroit's Live and gives him $4. And I thought, wow, that's kind of bizarre. Like, why are you agreeing that he's a scammer and then you're donating $4? And then I see the other day that now she's one of his mods.
What?
Yeah. It's like, what the? Yeah, so explain that one to me. I don't get it.
I really do believe that some people want some sense of power in their lives so badly that they feel like they're somebody by being somebody's mod.
Right.
But why would you choose to mod for a scammer?
Well, I know, especially when we had like 2 days of conversations, by private message and text. And yeah, it just kind of blew my mind because I just seen it like 3 days ago. She was one of his mod. And I'm going, what is going on here?
Have you messaged her?
No, no. But his main page got banned for a week.
Yay.
So he's on his backup page.
He spent $1,000 for the apartment last week. He said he went shopping.
Oh, yeah.
I think that he's sick of playing this game of not having an apartment. And so I think he's ready to go home, claim that it's all brand new. He just moved in, but then he's going to want help every month to pay the rent.
Exactly.
What power? Because some mods, for some people, get paid even though that's against community guidelines. But I have never heard of a scammer paying their mods. And so it's either that they are craving attention and community and friendship, or it's their desire to have power.
Yeah, I agree.
No, they don't pay the mods. They don't. The scammers, they don't pay the mods. That's not true. I have talked to multiple mods, or I should say ex mods, and they don't get paid. Why is everybody blaming TikTok? If they didn't come and beg, it's their fault, not TikTok. Well, TikTok bears responsibility because it is in their community guidelines that to beg, I'm going to pull it back up one more again.
Yeah, and I've been using those words when I report
Okay,
too. Like
perfect. Me too.
I have it written down right beside me and I use every word.
They It is against community guidelines to beg for money excessively on TikTok, to be manipulative, to be deceptive. And the scammers that I highlight and most other people highlight, they're not doing it once to get an apartment. They're not doing it once to avoid being evicted. They're not doing it once to prevent their car from being repoed. It is every day.
Yeah.
It is every day for something new. They need to be fed. They need money to go grocery shopping. Um, Tracy, one of the ones that I feature, she is constantly looking for money to DoorDash herself food. So then she then eats it on live. And I believe that with her and Kim, there's a feederism component to why they eat so much and they eat on live.
Yeah. And yesterday Tracy even said, anybody want to bring me some food so you can watch me eat?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a feederism. Feederism is a kink where people enjoy watching people get larger and larger. And
Yeah,
so they offer them either food or money for food, and they like to watch them eat. I
that's
mod for a few. I sure don't get paid. You mod for scammers? Or you mod for a few people? Yeah, they're scammers. Now, the one thing that I can say is that if they're using someone else's apps of cash or other accounts, they may say, well, you could keep 20 or $30 or whatever it is for allowing me to use your account. But what people don't realize is that and I did a Raising the Consciousness several weeks ago, and I showed that the federal government is now going to treat these apps of cash and their cousins like banks, because they realize that people have been using them to circumvent things like paying taxes. So if you're a lash tech and you're getting paid and you tell everybody to pay you on Cash App, there's no who's reporting. It's you just sent me money like we're friends. And so they weren't calculating it as a part of their taxes. And when the federal government doesn't get their portion, it's a problem. And so now people are going to have to explain where the money came from and why it went out. So if you're getting money from 50 different accounts in a month, and then you compile all of that and give it to one person, the feds are going to want to know why, because it's money laundering.
But how will the government find out about that if you don't report it or claim
Because
it?
they're now going to be treated like a bank, and they will have reporting requirements. And the feds can come in at any point and say, we want to see X, Y, and Z. And they'll have to give it. And so, but reporting is important because it sends them in the right direction. We don't have to wait for the happenstance that they looked. But the other thing that's going to happen, especially because so many who receive benefits are getting gifts through TikTok and getting them directly to their apps of cash, that I guarantee you that is now going to become a part of the application. Yeah, social security numbers too. You got to put your social security number in the apps.
Right.
And so I promise that DSS at some point is going to add a line. Do you receive money? Because when you get a gift from TikTok, I at like 8 cents. Honestly, it was 8 cents. I got a message from TikTok that said at $600, you must report it to the IRS. Some people are getting $600 in a day, in a week, in a month. So when that happens, you're obligated to report it. Guess what? TikTok is reporting it to the feds.
Oh, yeah. I wonder
That's
how Detroit is going to make out over that.
right. They do say send it PayPal, friends and family, but they do that so that the money doesn't have to get held up. It still wasn't being monitored by the feds, but it will be now. Hello, Miss Kira. Oh, we gotta cut these nails before you tear me up. By the way, this is completely off the subject. Has anybody ever did the nail covers on their cat or dog? And does that bother them? Because I'm thinking about getting them just because she tears me up. Yeah, but this is the thing. They use other people's cash apps. And so the feds are going to come for them, right? They're going to come for the people's cash apps who are being used. And guess what's going to happen? They're going to be like, why do you have all this money from all of these people every month sending you random amounts of money? And if they don't say, oh, well, I'm using it for somebody named Detroit Nike, the feds are going to say, if you don't have a relationship, it's income. So
Right.
guess what? They're going to be like, I was just using it to give it to this boy named such and such, and here's the proof that I gave him all the money. They're going to start squealing the moment they get a knock on the door, or the moment the feds reject their tax return because there was more money than they reported. Don't worry. It is all coming to a head.
Yeah, it's only going to be a matter of time, I think.
Yep. Yep. And if TikTok stays, which I think it might, because it'll be an American company in order to stay, I wonder if then the feds will have even more access to what goes on behind the scenes.
Oh, somebody's saying you're not spreading correct information.
Katrinka, can you come up and explain why? I'm going to invite you. Please come up and explain what I'm getting wrong. I'm not saying that I'm not wrong, but can you please come up and tell me where I'm wrong? Because if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I'll tell everybody I'm wrong, and then we can get the accurate information. We can do the research. No, you don't have to come on camera. Keep your camera off. Just explain there are many components.
Yeah, you can drop me digital. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Thank you for coming up, my dear. My camera isn't on. You don't have to have your camera on. It's just not that simple. What's not that simple? Taxes. What about what I said was wrong, though? Yeah, magical 75 days and claiming gifts. Good morning. You are allowed a certain amount before you have to claim them in your taxes. Yes, of course. But if you know anything about the scammers I'm talking about, they are far exceeding the amount. In some cases a week. There are ways around gifts that people do, but these scammers ain't that smart to figure it out. So I'm still trying to understand what I said that was wrong. Hey, CJ.
Hello. All right. I got a couple topics here. One, Contrinker, you are correct. Up to a certain amount, then they have to start claiming it. Maggie, 700 hours a week. That should be claimed. And she's also on Social Security. Beth Osborne is another one, couple 100 hours a week. All right. There are a lot of people out there on Social Security and welfare and this and that, and they claim to be creators. All they are is beggars and scammers. They are getting hundreds of dollars a week in quote unquote donations, TikTok gifts, and they do not claim it. In the long run, That hurts us, the taxpayers. So you are correct to a point, but then again, what they are doing is highly illegal and it is frauding or defrauding the government. Now, Jordan Paul, I made a call to my ex girlfriend's sister who works for the Department of Correction. Jordan Paul has not been incarcerated, and they only went back 6 months. She has not been incarcerated in the last 6 months. So, no telling where she's at. I don't have any contacts to find out if she's in any kind of a rehab or anything like that. But as far as jail, she hasn't been incarcerated.
Yeah, they were saying that she's active on Facebook. I think maybe she saw either an end to TikTok or her money train was running out on TikTok and she went back to Facebook. So I'm
All
gonna
right,
go
hold
see if I
on.
can find her on Facebook.
Hold on. Let me pull it up. Yep, active 12 hours ago. She made a post or she responded to a post. And it's if a dog attacks a child, why is it wrong, but not for a pedophile?
What?
She responded to that post. Somebody posted if a dog attacks a child and that is wrong, why isn't it wrong for a pedophile? 12
It is
hours ago.
wrong. What did she
Yeah.
say?
Well, I think Jordan Paul is agreeing with it, but it was posted 12 hours ago and she responded to it.
Okay. So that's where she is. That's why there's a digital deceivers account on Facebook.
Now, I don't know if anybody happened to watch Kim Peters's live last night, but she got another grocery order last night.
Really?
Yeah. Are you ready for that? I hope everybody's sitting down, has nothing in their mouth. She got a bag of prunes, a bag of dog biscuits, some kale, some cabbage, and a box of condoms. She went ballistic. And Ireland's husband was in the box. And there was another one that was in the box last night, Sparkles or Sparkling or something like that. And she went ballistic. And of course, everybody, oh, well, that's wrong. And Kim was like, well, if you want to spend your money on that, her sugar was so high, she didn't know why because she had some ramen noodles. No, Kim, it was because of all the alcohol drank the night before. Alcohol is
Correct.
nothing but sugar.
Sugar.
Oh,
That's right.
I can't get my insulin. I can't get my insulin because I don't have the money. And no, I'm not on Medicare and Medicaid. And I put in there, who paid 15 grand for your scooter? Oh, that was an instant block. That was an instant block.
Facts.
But when Ireland's husband and the other one come in the box, oh, Kim was out of the bed. She was sitting in the chair just laughing, having a good old time until she got the food order. And then 20 minutes later, now she's eating fried chicken and drinking milk and eating mac and cheese, but she has no food. And this is
I
somebody
don't understand how she does that.
and she's supposed to be lactose intolerant. Why are you drinking milk?
Did she
I mean,
have cereal at one point?
oh yeah, she
Or
has
was it
cereal.
chicken? Okay. I thought I
I
saw her
mean,
pour a bag of cereal around because then I did you see where she was like to the bird, do you want some kale? I didn't realize that came in a grocery order, but I don't think the bird likes her. She kept putting her finger up to the bird, and usually the bird will like step on your finger. Her bird walked completely away.
or flies away.
Hey,
But I mean,
television.
she was so fit to be tied last night, and I have an idea. I know who did it, but I can't really be sure because they kept saying, I mean, they were having a conversation, and all of a sudden it's, oh, you have a food order at your door. Now, how would this person know that there was a food order there?
Right.
And then other people were saying, "Oh, somebody's saying you got a food order at your door." And she goes, "Oh, these effing people, they did it again to me, didn't they? Let's see what we got this time." And when she pulled out the prunes and the condoms, I lost it.
I would have too. But let's be clear, she needs those condoms because she is meeting men on the internet and is ready to go at jump one. She doesn't even get to know them, I don't think.
Oh yeah, I mean, last week she took 2 showers in 2 days.
Yep.
I'd never seen her get in and out of the shower so quick. And I mean, all the illnesses, and she wasn't worried about her rent, her food, her animals,
None of it.
nothing. I mean,
My
all she was worried about was she says, "I'm going to go ride me a white stallion tonight."
Yep. My thing is this
And
though. I thought you had COVID. So you
that's another
went
thing. I
to
mean,
somebody's house with the flu and COVID to get it in, and you didn't care about giving it to somebody? So do you really
on
have
Wed-
COVID?
on Wednesday, she was playing the COVID card so big and bad, but yet she had somebody there, and you can hear her kissing them. And you can hear
Yeah.
a guy's voice. You can hear a
Yep.
guy's. If she has COVID, why is anybody even in her apartment?
Correct. And I said that the other day. I'm like, is somebody in there? Because you could hear that even while she was talking, they were making noise in the background.
Right. And everybody says, "Oh, how's your brother doing?" We can hear him in the background. Nobody's here. That's not my brother.
Right.
And
Did
then
you
it was,
see?
"Oh, we can hear Marcus in the background." "Oh, that ain't Marcus. Nobody's here." She kept denying somebody was there, but yet when she goes to talk to him, she would mute.
Right. Did you one
And but
day
the thing is,
somebody asked to see the brother and he was like, put $2,000 in my account and you could see me. And I'm like, yo, you training your brother to beg and scam on TikTok to see your face? Somebody has to give you
I
two
mean,
grand?
she had the gingerbread green screen up, even though she was muted. You could see her lips moving, and she was talking to somebody. Because
Uh-huh.
when you mute and you have that green screen up like that, that gingerbread, and you talk, it shows your lips moving.
Right.
So we know somebody was there, and she swears up and down, "Oh, nobody's here, I swear." Come on, Kim. I mean, we were all born on a day, but it wasn't yesterday or today.
By the way, guys, bird flu is moving across the country
Yes, it is.
and it is affecting your pets. Please be careful.
We had an outbreak of it at one of the chicken farms down here in New Jersey, and they had to destroy like 30,000 chickens. They found 2 cases, and they were afraid the rest of the birds have got it, and they didn't want to take a chance, so they ended up destroying them all.
That means that the price of chicken is about to go sky high.
And the eggs are going to go even higher. Now, there's another one I want you people to be very aware of. This guy, he is one of the worst that I've seen as for when it comes to animals. No dogs left behind. This guy
Yeah.
claims to have 19 rescue dogs. And now, when he took his male and his female in to get spayed and neutered, they had heartworms. Well, now all of a sudden, all 19 dogs have heartworms. This guy claims to be a rescue. He will not give out his 501c3 number. And I did some checking up on it with the rescue that he claims he has. There is no record of that. He claims that, oh, well, why do I need that number if Uncle Sam is just going to turn around and take all my money? Because if you're a rescue, and he claims Purina and all these big animal, they send him 18 pallets of food a month. Well, they need that number for their tax write-off because they need to show
Correct.
something. Well, hey, we donated X amount of dollars worth of food to this rescue organization.
The
So
only way they
don't
can
believe
claim
that.
that on their taxes is to be able to show.
Exactly. And if you don't have a 501c3, they're not going to donate to you. It doesn't take much to look up these. I mean, You can go to different search engines, and there's a lot of free ones out there. There's some that I pay for that my brother turned me on, and they're not cheap, but they're well worth it because I don't only do it for this. I work a lot with vets, and I help them. You know, if they can't find their DD 214 or this or that, I have a link. I send it to them. I give them my Facebook, and I say, if you need a hand, make sure you have a second device. Facebook me. I'll pull it up on my phone, and we'll walk through it together. And I've helped a lot of people that way.
Nice.
And do me a favor, folks, stop with the gifts because I'm only going to turn around and give them to somebody else anyway. I don't want to go. I don't want to owe Uncle Sam anymore. I mean, that 2 cents last week has got me really scared.
Hey, all for one, welcome in.
Morning.
Good
Hey, I just want to
morning.
know. Well, actually, I got the screen recordings of Kim turning around and wanting people to pay $50 to be a mod for her.
What?
Yeah, didn't you see that?
No.
Oh yeah, they're going to get turned into
What's up,
TikTok
girl?
legal.
Oh yeah, her mods pay a fee every month or they're gone.
Yep. So I got the screen recordings. I'm going to attach it to an email and send it off to TikTok legal.
And it also costs you $6 to be unblocked, $3 to be unmuted, and if they mute you again, then it's going to cost you $10 to be unmuted.
Yep.
She's pulling a Lisa Richards.
Well, she's
Or an
pulling a
LR, excuse me.
solicitation, and that's not actually legal.
No, it's not.
So, yeah, I hope she has the day that she deserves. I enjoyed immensely her PayPal getting crashed.
Yes. I
So,
said that earlier. I said that's why she's blocked the gifts because she can't get the money. But
yep.
then I also said, because now, I don't trust anything they say. I'm like, did she cut it off so that people don't give her gifts that she has to share with TikTok?
Yeah.
That she gets the money directly?
Yeah.
Because I don't believe anything they say.
Her PayPal might have been crashed because of a certain young lady that did a certain young thing. I'm not going to say anything on it. If she wants everybody to know, I'm sure she posted and she'll let you know what happened with that.
Oh, lovely.
All for one knows who I'm talking
It's
about.
what matters is what happens. And all I can say is, Kim, we're not hateful. We're not trolls. We're just tired of seeing you beg for money when. Oh, and did you like the part where she said that, are you sure that I get food stamps? I'm like, Kim, you're in HUD housing. You do get food stamps.
Of course.
That is a given fact.
Of course. Let me tell you something.
Morning.
Kim gets every single service available. She gets services she shouldn't even, like Meals on Wheels that she doesn't eat. But wait, did somebody come in and clean? Because I noticed her kitchen was organized, the floor wasn't a mess, and I was like, somebody must have come in and cleaned.
She must have an inspection
I don't
coming
know
up.
if they clean. I don't know if they clean, but I took a look at the video when she was live because I went back and looked at it. Yeah, that carpet don't look clean. That carpet looked like it got a brown stain drug across
No,
that
the carpet is disgusting, but I
Just-
just mean in terms of stuff being everywhere. The kitchen when she went
well,
into
yeah,
it
the dishes
yesterday
were
was
pretty much
clean.
well done. Well, if CJ would stop going over there and doing.
Well, it's your honey. It's your honey.
All
She
right,
waiting
I
for
want
you
to
to
know.
come over.
I want to know who's ratting me out. Who's telling Jeff I'm still going over there?
Are you the stallion she was riding? Listen, when you hit her back door, be a little more careful so we don't have to hear about it.
What do you think the condoms were for?
Oh my god!
I do that visual she gave me was so unnecessary. If I had something in my mouth, then I probably would have thrown it up.
Hey,
I probably would have
CJ,
choked on it.
CJ, somebody made mention that you haven't called them Trouble Vision yet today.
Where's she at? I haven't seen my
You
trouble
down in the
vision.
chat?
Hello, my trouble vision.
Do I have to be jealous, CJ? You cheating on me already on TikTok?
No, me and trouble vision. We are nothing more than Eskimos. We only rub noses.
Listen, does anybody else want to come up? Y'all want to bring anybody to our attention? You want to
I'm
share
going to
any of
drop.
your thoughts? Okay. Oh, yes. Who is, tell us about her.
Her name is Tammy Hall.
She's live right now, I think.
She's a grifter. She's in a hotel right now. She just got the hotel paid for. I was watching her this morning a little bit, and yeah, she is definitely very extreme on the government and
Yes.
very negative towards the government. And yeah, yeah. No, that's not a filter,
No,
Erica.
that's what
Yeah.
she looks like.
Yep,
That is
yep.
not a filter.
And she is not nice at all.
No. Is Peaches still begging?
Who?
Peaches.
Peaches.
Peaches was the one that was living in the car with the boyfriend, and they finally got a place. They've been living in it for a while. They have a dog, and I see her go live, and I'm following so many people. I can't watch everybody, but she got hurt the other day. I think the dog, like she tripped over the dog and hurt herself or something. But I haven't stayed around long enough to find out if she's still asking for money. I know she has a place. Yeah, she's still going live.
Well, you know who
I've
else
seen
was going
pictures
live
of
this morning, too?
oh, oh Lord have mercy. He is weird to me.
Well, not as weird as Jeff. Um, yeah, Jeff Smith. I had a picture of him, but he's the one that wears that crazy hat, that aluminum hat.
Oh yeah, his name up there is Joe. He is a
Joe Smith. Yeah.
weirdo. He's like, why should I work in the system, this, that, and the third, but you can help me. So I have to work to give you money, but you don't have to work?
Well, and that same goes for Kim and anybody else. Detroit Nike. Detroit Nike now wants $1,200.
Yes, they were saying that.
Mm-hmm.
To move into an apartment.
Yep.
Oh wait, who wanted to come up? Don't drop. I just didn't get a chance. Allie Ray has disappeared. She has what's coming to her. And but this is the thing with Allie Ray. So you did what you did on live. You told everybody that you're a user, right? Then you do a post where you're like, all this attention is doing is gonna put more money in my pocket, and now you disappeared because you realized it didn't play well. What you
So,
hiding for, baby?
yeah, digital. I follow Peaches. She is definitely not begging on TikTok anymore.
Perfect. Another one I don't have to worry about. When I tell y'all awareness is winning, it always wins. It might take time,
Yep. I
but
agree.
it
It's going to be
always wins.
slow. It's going to be slow going, but the money trains are slowing down. People just, I mean, come on. If I had $100, I'd keep that $100 for my family first before giving out $50 to be a mod for Kim.
Right.
And who's to say? Here's the kicker too. Kim sits there and says that she wants $50 for a mod. She'll mod you for 2 minutes, take the $50, and then kick you to the curb.
Right. Right. I just don't understand why people feel the need. again, there's the whole parasocial relationship part of it. There's the I don't have control or power in anywhere else in my life, so I get off on muting and blocking. Read a book, watch a movie, take a walk, touch some grass, go to the beach. Like, getting your power off of muting and blocking the truth is crazy work to me.
Go outside, play in the snow.
Right. Everybody got some. Even Florida. It's supposed to
Yep.
be 30 degrees tonight. I am not. I thought I left that kind of weather in Connecticut. What do you mean it's going to be 30 degrees in Florida? And I don't live in the panhandle of the north. I'm below Orlando. It should never get to 30 degrees.
Yeah, my bestie lives in Orlando.
Well, it's cold.
Oh yeah,
Good
she.
morning. Go
Well, just
chase
go ask
butterflies.
Carl. It's cold. Carl just needs $800.
Right. Because his account is negative and he needs the money
Yeah.
to make his account positive. He needs the money so that he can do work for work. Like, I actually looked that up. It doesn't exist. He needs $400 for work to work. He needs $75 to get the contract so that he could get the car washed. He needs $10 to go to the gym, and he needs money for an Airbnb or a hotel room. That's it. Or you can give him 35,000 and he'll be all set.
And that'll be a lie because then he'll just be back on here wanting another 35,000.
Exactly. Anybody watch Nick Wright? Because he claims he has a job. He claims that if he got $40, he wouldn't be back on here begging. Of course, he didn't get the $40, so he was like, fine, then I'm going to be on here begging every day. Is
Sorry,
he
but
still
I have a
begging?
tendency to call Nick Wright Mark Russell. I call him Poopy Pants. I'm just saying. Look, I'm being honest, okay? Honesty is what we need on this platform.
Exactly.
That's
Karina, who else do you watch?
I usually watch Kim mostly. Kim, Peaches, Erica, once in a blue moon.
Oh.
But fucking Kim breaks me the fuck out.
Exactly. I think she does
Like
everybody.
yesterday after she's like cabbage, kale, dog treats, condoms. I started freaking breaking out laughing.
Did anybody post that? Good morning. Did anybody post that anywhere? I would love to see it.
I seen where she said about the $50 in the mods. Cause Mandy, something, one of the other people posted the video. I seen that.
I'm going to post a video of Kim getting her groceries.
Oh, I want to see
Perfect.
that. I was away from the phone when I was doing something and I was streaming her thing and I heard her yelling. I'm like, why is she yelling? She must have got something, and then I missed it.
Yeah, Meddling Morgan is the one that posted the video of Kim getting her gifts,
Oh, okay.
her groceries.
Perfect.
What was the other thing? I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh, I also watch Maggie too.
Oh, Maggie Foster?
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I talked about
Yeah.
her this morning.
Sugar after I don't know what she was fucking rapping. It was like a fucking pickle with sugar, more sugar, more sugar, and more freaking sugar. I'm like, that's a diabetic coma. Yeah.
I did not see Ireland and fish sticks, but they are now on my watch list.
Ireland went twice, live twice. Yesterday she went live and she was saying, "Oh, you can't give me gifts, blah blah blah, whatever, or something. People get coin and I don't get coin." And then she joined. I think it was. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. Kim was live and she joined. Fish sticks joined Kim. Did you see that one?
That was I don't think that was last night.
That was the night before, right?
Did you guys, are you guys aware of Widow Kitty and her dilemma with the car?
No.
No.
Okay, so Grandma has the tags for the car. Grandma's not going to send the tags to the car because grandma's behind on the payments for that said car.
Oh.
So the car is being repossessed, allegedly. And yeah, little Kitty's going to be without a car now, which makes sense. That's why she's always in a hotel room. But it's going to boil down to where that woman, sorry to say, I offered her help. She called the link tree total spam. Hey, you do you, boo. But I tell you this right now, that link tree would help you more now, the position that you're in, than it would have before, because now you ain't going to have a car. Now you're pretty well stuck in a hotel room with no way to turn around and earn any kind of income whatsoever. You're going to have to grip down and turn around and actually get a physical job now, because she wasn't even getting money. She was on the phone with her mom begging and pleading to turn around and get money to pay for the hotel room for a week. And yeah, I feel deeply sorry for the child, because the child is put in a position, it's not the child's fault. The mom is putting that child into that position. And anybody that gets venomously defensive because they're putting their own child, no, how dare you do that to that child? Same goes for Erica.
Yeah.
Erica is the same way. She'll sit there and shovel while the child is eating junk food that's not even good for her.
Yeah, I seen that video where she cooked those eggs.
Yeah.
Oh
She cooked.
God.
Yep. I saw that too. It was like a walk of some sort.
That
It
was
was a
nasty.
walk.
Yeah. And for one, I give you, I have much respect for you because you offer people a lot of stuff. I mean, you're the only one that really offers the links in your thing. You try and help them instead of them going the beggars route. You try and help them, which I do have a lot of respect for you. I have a lot of respect for everybody that shows awareness. Let the people see, hey, look, this person is a scam artist, whatever. I have a lot of respect. It's quiet now. What happened?
Microphone stopped working. It died.
I'm here.
I
Well,
mean,
one thing
Can
that
you
I'm
hear me
adding to the
now?
link tree, and I think you'll all be happy for it, is this.
All right, let me put you in the big ball.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's and anybody's a fool that doesn't try and go with the link tree. If you offer them, who, because where are they going to get help from? If they say they're out of options, I mean, if somebody's offering you something, why don't
you
you
should be
just take it?
grateful and take it.
Yeah, just take it. I mean, if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. At least you knew you tried everything that you could.
Listen,
I'm right now.
irrespective of
I'm helping
foreign.
somebody get repairs to their house for their floors
Wow.
to their house.
She calls you all for none and says that I don't think she calls you a scammer. She calls you
My phone is
something else.
connected and
My
charging.
thing is this: you can be a stay-at-home mom when you can afford to be a stay-at-home mom. If you
Right.
can't, you put that little girl in school and go get yourself a job. But she keeps her out of school as the excuse for why she can't work. But my thing is this: you aren't preparing her for life, and at
Nope.
some point, she's gonna go to school.
She's gonna be so behind before she hits high school.
Correct.
Does anybody watch Lori Jones?
Oh
I
fuck.
can't. I
Yes.
Once in a
can't.
She's
while.
I
she's a
can't
mess.
watch these on. By the way, I want to say something real quick. Miss Lovely, I used to watch Young Low in the Raleigh. I can't because it's all a scam. All of the fighting, all of the she moved out, she moved in, it's all a scam.
I don't even see
They
them no
get
more. I don't even see their
thousands.
posts no more.
They get thousands. Okay, wait a minute. Who came in?
I
Mimi.
did.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hey Jeff, I just wanted to say real quick, when Fish Sticks went in Kim's live yesterday with Ireland, he was saying how everybody that came up in his shout, you and I and Tammy, that how we were trying to bully them into not being friends with Kim, and it's none of our business who we give money to. But oddly enough, Ireland's mod sent me a follow request.
And how this is where I stand. You want to be friends with a scammer and a beggar and somebody that's going to take advantage of other people, that's your choice.
Uh-huh.
But if you continue to enable and support them, I'm going to put you out there in an awareness platform yourself.
Oh, I did Ireland and fish sticks this morning because I call her. She is preparing to start scamming. She
Yep,
had
she sure
30
is.
people in her
Oh,
live with 3 mods. What? You're not even talking. You
hold
are.
please.
What happened?
Yeah,
Oh.
she's becoming a scammer because it's terrible.
We
She
were so nice
blocked
to
me
them and
before I
tried to
said
explain to
hello.
them. Trying to explain to them that, it's basically birds of a feather. If you're going to support that and be in their chat and gifting, you're going to get the backlash because you're guilty by association. Then you create your own page and you sit there and do nothing, and all you want is the gifts, and you say you're not asking for them, but why am I not getting gifts was the only thing she kept saying while we were in the live. And I was just trying to explain to her, you know what? If this, it, do you support that kind of behavior? The lies. We told her everything, and she was so, okay, okay. It seemed like her mod was understanding it,
It's
and now
not
her
being
mods were,
live is not about being getting gifts and everything. Live is to promote your platform.
yeah, to create content, and she's
Right.
not creating content by sitting there doing absolutely nothing. But then for her mod to turn around and want to follow all the awareness pages, make that make sense.
Because they want to be nosy.
Exactly.
And
So, her account is private, so I couldn't say, "Hey, I am not going to accept your follow request because you're gonna." There's two reasons you're doing it. Either you want more information and you're gonna stop doing what you're doing, or you just want to spy. So, which is it?
probably want to spy.
Exactly. That's how I feel because she's still in there supporting Ireland and Kim.
It just amazes me. I mean, this is a whole new level of TikTok. When I first saw this, I'm like, what? That's just crazy.
That is a picture from 2024 of Ireland and either her boyfriend, fiance.
Fish sticks.
It,
Yeah, fish sticks. What does that say? Oh, okay. They're not begging.
Yeah.
Okay.
and it's funny.
This is my picture
Everything.
of her.
If it's public property, anybody's able to get it. If you don't want it public, don't have it public property. Then don't have it public.
Correct. Go private. Correct.
Go
I agree.
private.
I agree.
I mean, I know my stuff is private because I don't, you know.
Yeah, my account
And
is
look, if
private as
people
well.
want to give their money to them, I'm to the point now where go right ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
And don't
You want
whine
to give
about
your money, be the fool that you want to be, because I'm only being honest, because you are a fool because you're giving your own hard-earned money that you worked for, that you collected, whether it be through the government, through a paycheck, whatever. Go ahead and give your money to them, because I can guarantee you this: at the end of the day, they're going to kick you to the curb. They're not going to care about you, and it's plain and simple. And then you're going to be left holding the bag, and you're going to be like, "Oh, well, gee, that's nice."
Yeah, and don't whine
Like,
about it that people have an opinion about who you're following and supporting. Don't don't whine about it. Just be quiet.
yeah. Like, Kim, you want to see a fucking receipt? Here's a fucking receipt for you.
Yeah.
What's
She
that?
doesn't like the truth.
Wait, let me make you big. What's that?
That was my dog's vet bill.
But now, Kim needs help with her vet bill for her cat.
$672 vet bill.
Kim needs help with her cat.
If she can't afford it, if she can't take afford of a cat having cats, then why have them?
Right.
Correct. That's what I said this morning. I was like,
Right.
listen, if caring for them is beyond you, you'd rather let your cats continue to be sick than to give them back and say
Exactly.
it's
Like
beyond my means.
I have all my dog vet bills from her surgery to her when she had an emergency, when she had an infection after the surgery,
The kitty cat miraculously recovered without needing anything.
meds, everything.
Oh yeah, having a pet is expensive. Good morning, Greta girl. How are you? You couldn't
He was
say good
using
morning.
I'm
Epinephrine.
good.
I'll be
I
gone.
just wanted to hop on here last night. I was watching Kim last night, and I want your guys'
What are you
opinion
doing?
on this.
Hold on.
Uh, somebody did give her $50 to mod.
She got
Yeah.
I
one
heard it.
person to help her as a mod.
Yeah, I heard it go cha-ching as
Yep.
soon as she could. Yep, I heard it. And then it wasn't an hour later. She went off. Well, she went off for a few minutes, come back, and she had a pizza. But she wasn't letting anybody see her eat that pizza.
I saw that. I had that screen recorded too.
Do ya?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
But now, isn't that against? And then she was telling people, well, if you're going to be on my page, you're going to pay. You're going to have to start paying to be on my page. So if you don't pay, it's bye bye, bye bye. Now, isn't that illegal?
Yeah,
Yes.
if you
It is
report it right
considered
away,
solicitation.
Yes, that's what I thought.
you've
That's
got to
why I have the
report it.
recordings that I'm going to turn into TikTok
Good.
legally.
That's why I hopped on. I says, I know somebody's got that recording to turn that on. Cause I thought you're bribing, you're telling people that they can't be on your page unless they pay. Yeah, no,
She was
that's
telling
not right.
people the night before that they had to pay $6 to get unblocked and $2 to be unmuted.
See, that you can't do that. That's illegal.
But you got to
Correct.
catch her as soon as she
It's
says
against,
it and
it's
report it.
against TikTok guidelines.
Yeah.
And she knows it. She knows she's going to have to stop. But if she can get several $100s off of it until it has to stop, she doesn't really care. She doesn't care what grift gets her the money as long as it gets her the money.
See, I heard
Right.
she got 3 people last night for $50.
I know one because I was
Yeah.
on.
I saw the one. I was there when it happened.
Yeah,
Well, I went back through and watched the video and saw the one. You could hear the change drop, and then she
Yeah, I
turned
yep,
heard
around and
that.
yep,
modded them.
yep. And for the life of me, people, why would you pay $50 to go mod for her?
$50 a month. 50
It's
bucks
for
a
the
Oh,
it's
month.
50
for
bucks a
the it's
month.
because
Yes, that's
they
what
want
she
the
said.
power. They don't have any power in their own lives. And
No.
so it makes them feel powerful to be able to mute and block people. And the thing is that you're muting and blocking the truth. So why do you feel good about yourself when you know she's scamming, you know she's lying, and yet you're muting and blocking? And when Ireland muted me before I even said hello, I went back in on my other digital account and said, "Thank you very much. You are now on my radar."
Right.
You did yourself a disservice. You should have just ignored me, and I probably would have
Right.
kept going because watching her is boring. She doesn't say anything. She
She's
doesn't
very
do
boring.
anything. She just sits there. But I think she's doing that because she's trying to gain enough of a following. So when she starts, because her thing says something like trying to build a community. No, you
Yeah.
don't need a
Community of what? Scammers?
no, a community of people who will give her money. I'm
Right.
calling her a Tracy.
You said that her
I'm
gifts are
calling her a
turned
mini
off.
scammer. She's a mini scammer. She's about to be a full blown scammer because she saw how much Kim got, and she
Yeah.
feels like now it's her turn.
And it,
Right.
it and it seemed like Kim was kind of defensive when Fish Stick went up there and saying they went live. She kind of got defense like, "Oh, you're going live too? Oh!" Like she was jealous.
Right. Well, because she knows that people who followed her probably follow Ireland, and she doesn't want them to get the money that she wants.
Yeah,
She
it's
already
Yeah.
like
said
They're
taking.
now going to be in competition
she said
for
that many
those
times.
people.
Why should people get gifts off of my content?
Well, my thing is
What
this.
content?
I want her
Exactly.
to prove to us that we're making money. Because the gifts I get, which I appreciate because it lets me know that I'm bringing value, I turn around and give to other people who are also bringing value to what we're doing.
The
Kim,
So
Kim
witness
we're
ran.
people
in
all
ground making
recycle their
money.
gifts.
Well,
All
yeah,
of
and
us.
Kim ran her mouth about me getting gifts off of her because I was bringing awareness to her. But what she didn't see was the video that I dropped on my page showing that I do regift all my gifts back.
Right, right.
The
But
awareness
she has
people all recycle their gifts to each other.
Yeah.
said her gifts were turned
Really?
off, and
And
they're
you know what? Especially now, since unless you go, I guess, to the web to get your gifts, you can't get them on the app itself now.
she said too her PayPal that the people messed up her PayPal, got it turned off, and now she
Good.
can't get her gifts.
They should do a
I don't.
Cash App too.
She's got her. She had her Cash App yesterday. Um, I have turned that in. I don't know how many times, and they still haven't canceled it. So
That's
I,
okay. That's okay. Stick
yeah,
with it because you could see where, like Windwalker, her accounts get mannered very quickly now because so many people have brought to TikTok's attention.
yeah. Well,
Stay
that's
patient and consistent.
like LR. She'll get a new one, and within an hour or so, it's gone.
Virgo, I do watch Tracy. I did it when I did my live on Wednesday. I talked about Tracy and Kim in the theater community where people will send them money to give food so they can watch them eat. It's a kid. And I think that's one of the reasons why they go live and they eat in front
You
of
know,
people.
the thing is, if I knew that people were starving, I would be one of the first ones to give them some money or send them some groceries. I'm not going to let somebody starve.
Right.
But they abuse it. They
Of
abuse
course.
it.
Yep.
So you don't know.
Hold up.
Just
Good morning, Trollovision.
Because I know up in Canada, if you're homeless, you only get the basic needs. You don't get no shelter allowance or the special diet allowance.
mm.
That's probably what's wrong with KK Smith. I didn't even realize he was in Canada. Hey,
Canada is way different.
Yeah, Kim begs
yeah.
for money for food while she's eating a pizza.
Oh,
And
Karen
she's
said
got no
something. Oh,
food,
no,
and
you
then
don't.
she's making macaroni and cheese and pork chops last night.
Yeah. Yeah. And
But
then an
she
hour
doesn't
later
have
got a
food.
pizza.
Yep.
But then she doesn't have food. I clocked that some months ago because she was saying she had no food and then she went in the kitchen and cooked. And I was like, I thought you said you didn't have any food. And she was like, I said I was running out. No, that's not what you said.
That's
You
exactly
said
what she
you
did
had
yesterday
nothing to.
too.
Yeah. She did the
Well,
same
she
thing.
said that she meal preps.
I had to
What the
laugh at
fuck
that.
is meal prep? Like, really?
Yeah, guys, and I just came up here to say that I do not get thousands off of Kim, okay? Just so we can clear that up. I know she likes to say they make thousands off of me. Listen, my 30 cents says otherwise. Please stop saying that I'm using you for clout because there is no clout when it comes to you, baby girl.
No, and guess what?
Nope.
Y'all know when I get up here, I talk about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people at a time. So, girl, you might get 15 minutes of fame here, and that's it, and we've moved on to somebody else. So, to think that my content revolves solely around you, and guess what? If you're not getting any money, what do you think I'm getting? Talking about you. I hope you're in here because
But
you like to
remember,
Yeah.
follow
digital.
all for one around.
But remember, digital. Kim's getting evicted.
Right. I talked about that this morning. I said, how come we haven't heard anything about an eviction? There ain't a box to first. She hasn't organized anything. And also, her cell phone isn't off.
Yeah, and if you mention the eviction, you get muted or blocked. If you mention the phone, you get muted or blocked.
Yep.
Of
Because
course.
because I'm from Canada. Me and Karen are both from Canada. Like, even people who are on disability, they will scam for the CERB money, and then once the government catches you, you have to pay it all back.
But remember, everyone, she's my honey.
Yeah, she also said that she doesn't have Medi-Cal anymore, which is a lie because last month on her Scoot, when she went to go pick up prescriptions, people saying, "Oh, but you have money for your prescriptions," and she came right out and said, "I have insurance. I don't pay anything." And then last night it was, "Oh, I don't have insurance."
Oh, wow.
There's no way. There is no way. Because she's getting the security that she's
We all
getting.
know that. It's like, come on, Kim. This stuff is on recording.
Qualifies for Medicaid, but she probably has both. She probably has Medicaid and Medicare, so that whatever Medicare doesn't pay, Medicaid will pay.
Exactly. She pays absolutely the big fat zero for doctor visits, for medication. But it's so funny. It's like, oh, yesterday you don't have insurance, you need money for insulin, and saying that her blood sugar was too high, she needs to eat. Well, anybody with diabetes knows when your blood sugar is high, the last thing you want to do is eat more. You need exercise. You need to move around to burn off that blood sugar.
And you need to drink
Water
water too.
helps a lot when your sugar is
it's like-
spiked if you're drinking the water.
Wait a
When your
minute,
blood
though.
sugar's low,
But in
you need food.
America, they under Biden's administration, they capped insulin at $35.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't have to even pay $1
She
for it.
doesn't have to pay for anything. The insulin is fully covered with Medicaid.
Of course it is.
Yep.
It's
If
covered
Kim
with
was on
Medicaid,
insulin,
too.
she'd be showing it every single day.
Yeah.
Poor me. Look at, I have to take insulin. Never once. She checks her blood sugar. I'm sure she's pre-diabetic,
That's what I'm saying, pre-diabetic.
but her drinking all that alcohol turns into sugar. So if her sugar was up in the 400s, I can tell you, there's no way that she'd be even able to function. If it's low, it's like being in a drunken stupor.
Yeah, like you can't even function properly. When mine gets so low and so bad, I can't even remember how to like move my hands and stuff to be able to like feed myself, that I have to have somebody actually put it like
Exactly.
in my body for me.
I grew up with my sister who has diabetes, and I could tell all the signs: the dark eyes, the sweaty nose. That's all low, and if it's too high, she knows you've got to start getting up, getting some exercise to burn off all of those calories, and lower that blood sugar. Hydrate and exercise is the only thing that lowers your blood sugar.
My grandmother was a borderline diabetic, and she knew what she can and cannot eat.
Yeah, Kim blaming us for what she's eating. I need to go get healthy groceries. Nobody buys well, they do buy her groceries, but she picks out what she's getting.
Right. No, what do you mean? What did she make? It's fried. It has a bunch of
That's nothing but grease.
right. It's got nothing but cheese. Like you said, she's drinking milk. The other day, while she was with homeboy, because you could hear him in the background, he's saying, now I want Taco Bell and beer. But at the same time saying that she wasn't feeling well because her gallbladder was hurting. Now I've never had gallbladder pain, so I don't know how you identify that your
Gallbladder
gallbladder
feels
hurt.
like you're having a heart attack. I had to have mine took out. You feel like you're having a heart attack.
But she was asking for beer and Taco Bell, and people were like, Taco Bell isn't going to be good if your gallbladder is hurting.
And claims that she's lactose intolerant. As she's chowing down on mac and cheese yesterday.
I think as she hears about illnesses of other people, she just grabs, I could be lactose intolerant. Let me say that. She
Yep.
says anything.
Well, I'm gonna step down and give somebody else a chance.
Okay, I appreciate you coming up.
Yeah, I'm going to drop down too, Digital. You stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe.
Have a good day, everyone.
Good day,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Everybody have fun.
Thank you.
How do you guys feel about doing this every Friday, where we just open up the box and everybody can come in?
You can drop me down too. I gotta go feed my dogs.
Okay. Have a great day. Thank you for coming up.
Thank you for
Thank
letting
you,
me up.
everybody, for coming up. I really do appreciate it. You're down for that? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what I think we're going to do every Friday. I'll do, unless there's something major and we got to talk about it for a while, even if I have to go a little later than I normally do, I think it's a good idea to let everybody kind of get off their chest what they've been seeing, how they feel, because when you're sitting at home, sometimes I'm laughing out loud. Sometimes my cats are like, what's happening? Or sometimes I'm angry and I'm screaming at the phone like, are you serious? And so I think having a place to just get it off your chest might be good. So I think this is going to be a Friday thing.
Like ever since my husband had his heart attack, he's been watching but what he's been eating.
Right. That's what a responsible human being does. Good morning, Lave Moon. Live Moon. Miss Moon, did you mean to come up? Yeah, venting is healthy sometimes. What I would like to say about Kim, I would be well, you gotta write it down and keep changing it until it's something that won't get bananas. Because sometimes it's how you feel. I understand. You kind of my radio. Oh, I hope that's cute. Ah, Miss Moon, did you intend to come up? I don't think so. Okay, I'm gonna drop you. Okay, we got. Oh, Kim. Good morning. Which Kim are you?
Whoops.
Oh, you,
Accident.
okay. All right. You know how to get down?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Sorry.
no problem, dear.
Hi.
Good
I don't know this
morning.
particular person that you got have up here, but I have my very own scam clown that I ran across on TikTok, and her name's Norali. And I know people were commenting, young, low, and Norali. But we've been like me and my community have been trying to cancel them for forever. I feel like, but for several months, and they keep sending their followers over to like mass report and take us down and stuff, like take our page down. That's why we're like unfiltered 3.0. But it seems like the scammers move in the same way. They just lie, and even when they're caught in a lie, they get mad at us. They were spreading hate, trying to get clout off of them, even though they have no clout to. Like, if you're chasing clout off them, you're going to be sadly mistaken because their numbers are heavily inflated. And I proved that you can inflate your numbers on here, so don't fall for their numbers, guys. If you look at Unfiltered 4.0, my pinned video, it's cat. And I did it to prove a point that numbers do lie, do in fact lie. But I
I
don't know if
think what
anyone is
keeps
familiar with Nerali and Younglow.
I
They've been
am. I think what keeps them on the platform is the sheer amount of money they make TikTok.
Well, they don't really be making TikTok that much money. The thing is the subs saved them. They were almost permabanned. They were down for 10 minutes. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful 10 minutes. And what saved them was that they had 400 plus subscribers that like within the 24 hours, and TT doesn't want to give them the bread back. And because we're creating awareness and we're speaking out for our already harmed community, I don't ask my community to like turn out their pockets or gift or sub or any of that shit because I'm not here for that. I
Right.
didn't even mean to be like an awareness creator. What happened was the scammer came across my FYP in a blacked out video, and I thought she really was a victim going through something. And when I went back to finish her video, her little live thing was on, and I clicked on it. And when I went into her live, she's up there with her abuser who, I mean, it doesn't matter that it's another woman, but she calls her baby daddy all the time and tries to paint this false heterosexual toxic relationship where her partner can go out and cheat on her and make babies. That's not possible. Her partner is a female. A female cannot put a baby in another female without help, you know?
Correct.
So it's all this stuff she plays with, child loss, DV, faking it on the internet, and then when she gets called out on it, she literally painted on a black eye. Like, I have pictures of everything. I have receipts for all of this. They do it in 4K because they film themselves lying, and then they come back the next day lying to get more money, and they'll say whatever works to get them to turn out their pockets. It doesn't matter if it completely contradicts their story that they said earlier. So what I do is make their lies tell the truth. Like, look, they lied about this. You're not going to lie about your trauma and then forget it, because trauma moves with you. You have to work through it and heal from it. You're not going to have something as traumatic as losing twins and then forget how many babies you have in heaven. And just because you have one miscarriage doesn't give you a right to claim miscarriage every week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, they're not really in an abusive relationship. They started this scam on YouTube. It was actually started by Michaela and Younglow. And then Nerali played the side chick. They hired her to come onto their YouTube channel because they used to do YouTube pranks. And they hired a side chick named Nerali to come onto their channel and play like they were cheating with Younglow for more clout and views. And it took off. Like, YouTube was all about the drama back then. And it took off and was getting so much clout and recognition that Younglow became addicted to the attention and the money. And she was trying to start a rap career, but she sounds like Dr. Seuss, so that didn't go anywhere. So her original girlfriend that was playing Nerali's role was named Michaela, and they had been together, and they were in a real relationship, so they were really in love outside of, like, they weren't doing it just for show, you know what I'm saying? They were in love, like high school sweetheart, first love, together for 4 years, started a YouTube channel, did pranks. The pranks were out. Now they hired this girl to play a side chick to bring more clout to their channel, but it's like the wrong kind of clout, because now Younglow is being abusive toward Michaela, cheating on her, cussing at her, treating her disrespectful, but it's all for show. And when the cameras go off, she's Laura again, and she's nice to Michaela. But Michaela, because she's only ever been in a real relationship with her, not this clout chasing shit, it started wearing on Michaela. The more and more they were doing it for clout, and the more and more they were doing it, the more and more attention it was getting, the more like crazy and like, you know, horrific it was, the more people were stopping to watch the train wreck. So it got worse and worse, and it was wearing on Michaela, and Michaela dropped down to something like 90 pounds because it was emotionally and physically weighing on her. So she helped transition Nerali from side chick to main chick, because she told Laura, like, Laura, look, I love you. If this is what you want to do, if this is your come up, and this is more important to you than our relationship, I can't do this anymore, but I respect the fact that you're going to still do it. So she offered to transition Nerali. So she starts acting like the jealous ex that can't get over the fact that her girlfriend chose the side chick, right? So she transitions her into the main position, and then Nerali and Younglow rob Michaela, lock her out of the YouTube channel, take all her money. Now she's mad and she flips on them and tells the truth. Tells that it's all been a scam, that it's always been one from the very beginning. Laura's not like that in real life. That Laura is Laura off the camera and Younglow on the camera. And Younglow is a villain. Younglow is an abuser. Younglow is a cheater, but none of it's really happening.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
I agree. I got caught up on them when they were on YouTube before they ever came to TikTok. And they weren't as ridiculous as they are now. And so when they came to TikTok, I was like, oh, Nerali and Young Lo. And like, what cracks me up is Young Lo is like, I brought you a car and gave you all this money, but it's really Nerali the one making the money. She's the one on there every day, like, light up the gift goal, come on, queen, blah, blah, blah. That whole thing. The money is really money. And then when she was doing her makeup all crazy, wearing one heel and one flip flop, and changing her hair color every day. It was all for views and clickbait. All of it. All of
100%.
it.
100%. Mandy, is Lexi still part of it? Lexi will always be part of it to me because she's live. Lexi is just a
Oh,
mouthpiece
Lexi is
for hire.
definitely a part of it.
Lexi is a mouthpiece for hire. Heavy is not her cousin. I mean, Laura's cousin. Heavy is not Laura's cousin. They've never even met in real life. Lexi and Younglo have never breathed in the same room, guys. They were not on that boat together. That boat picture is an old ass photo of Younglo. In fact, if you see any photos of Younglo and she's not big, it's not new, boo boo. That's a fake
Right.
old
Laura,
picture.
that's why Laura won't come on camera
One
because she
hundred
gained
percent.
so much weight.
Yeah, I'm not being mean when I say this, and I'm a big girl too, guys. Trust. It's just she lies. She makes fun of people, tells them they're too ugly, too fat to join the circus. Blah blah blah. The whole time, girl, you're big, and we have proof because your legs busted through a green screen. I know big bitch legs when I see them. I've had them since I was 11. So don't try to play with me. I know sausage fingers gripping a thong, and I know your ski mask was stretched out. Ain't no skinny face under that ski mask, boo boo. Could you?
Right. That's why she went behind the camera.
Because you can't be a villain and roast everybody up on the internet when you're insecure about your own fucking self, and we will eat you up, boo boo. Come
Right.
up, like show yourself. And then they try to say it's a marketing ploy. Bullshit. When Young Glow had herself up on the YouTube and she was skinny and thought she was a little hot stud, she wasn't scared of the camera. It
Mm-mm.
wasn't no market employee then, boo. Like, what are you talking about? It's fake. You got fat, got caught out in Target being overweight, faked the pregnancy. Laura faked the pregnancy, had a
Right. She
baby
acted
doll.
like she was with a guy.
Right. Had a baby named Legacy. It's on my picture that's on my background right now. Top corner. And they played it out like they had three sons, Legacy, King, and yes. And they played it for a long time and people started calling her out saying that baby's awfully stiff. That baby never moves or cries. That baby's not real. That baby's a doll. And she denied it, denied it, denied it. Used her real son in a video to make it seem like she was gonna sell, like selling more tickets, subs, whatever, to the face reveal for Legacy. She used her real son out there, but was holding it like wrapped up in a blanket so you couldn't see the baby's face, but you could tell it was a real baby, right? She's trying to deflect from the fact that Legacy is a doll and prove that Legacy is real so she can sell tickets to the face reveal. She does that. Finally, she comes to the day where she's showing the baby, and instead of admitting that she lied the whole time, it's been a doll the whole time. Laura was never pregnant. It was all fucking lie. She turns the baby doll around and starts laughing at her audience, talking about something. Oh, haha, y'all really thought my baby daddy was gonna carry a baby? Y'all are crazy. Da 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 da. Same thing she does every time she gets caught up in her lies. She just recently faked like she was pregnant with triplets, came back to the internet after being gone for 3 weeks, and says, "Oh, I'm not having three babies, I'm having one. And it doesn't matter because I'm still pregnant. If it's one, five, or seven, I don't owe y'all a number." Okay, fair enough, girl. But you didn't have to come to the internet, say it was triplets, recycle the names of your lost twins on top of it, knowing it was a damn lie the whole time. You recycled the twins' names on a pregnancy you were faking just to come back and recycle their names on another miscarriage. But then again, you faked the first miscarriage, so why would it? You know what I'm saying? She fakes miscarriages. That should be enough to not support this person. But she fakes DV, mental health crises, all kinds of stuff, and it's very harmful to the community.
I agree. Hold on, unfiltered. Holly? Holly. Okay, Holly's asleep. She must have pushed the button by mistake. Holly, don't act like my live is boring. Sleeping on my live. I'm just kidding.
But I really do. I think this is great that you're allowing other people to come up because I feel like as like a awareness creator, you get the same pool kind of. So it's good to be pushed out, and I don't mind helping other awareness pages. Like I'll go in there and like if you're not reporting, you're supporting. I'll be on that squad. Trust. Like
Oh,
let's join forces. All the awareness warriors. I'll help you take your clown down if you help me because I'm tired of her. I'm so
oh,
tired of it.
I know. I honestly think that she is blocked on this account because I couldn't. It seems like if I would scroll, she would pop up 3 or 4 times, and I always felt like it was because she wasn't asking for like Cash App money. She was asking for TikTok gifts. And I was like, yeah, she's never going to go down because TikTok is making too much money.
100%. And that, but it's joint forces. You can get them down, but you have to like have like do what they do. They send their little supporters in here to like falsely report, right? But if there's enough of them, and because you're not asking for gifts and stuff to be up here, TT's not going to protect you the same way that they protect these scammers because they're not making anything off of you.
Correct. Correct. And so that's why I have this page and I say it all the time. You're gonna see in a second. Oh goodness, there's so many people going live right now. I keep getting messages. Awareness always wins. We just have to be patient and consistent. It always wins.
That's right. My number got a 3.0 after it for a reason. They keep bananaing me, but the thing is I'm not here to run anybody's pockets. I wasn't here to speak out against this. I didn't even know this was a thing that people were getting on the internet. I don't know why I didn't think it was a thing because people do it in real life when they're pretending to be homeless or they're pretending to be a soldier, you know, like stolen valor and stuff. But I didn't know it was on like such a grand scale that people were up here daily faking trauma such as DV, child law, all that. I was shocked to learn that from Nerali. And that's why I stay on Nerali and make an example out of her. It wouldn't make sense for me to block her and move on because my silence is compliance and I am not going to be silent about it. They're hurting my community and I'm going to continue to speak out about it.
Well, I appreciate it. You are welcome here. I have followed you. I will do my best to support you as well because TikTok used to be fun and now it's not. It's either someone scamming, begging for money. I hate the battles because all it is TikTok sanctioned begging. Come on, guys, like the live, give me gifts. Let's win. Let's win. The only person winning is the person in the battle. You win
And
nothing.
T.
You win nothing. Detroit makes thousands a month. Yeah, we know, Canadian.
All right, well, I'm gonna give someone else a chance to come up here. I thank you so much for letting me talk out about my clowns and expose it to some maybe new audiences. If y'all see Narali or Younglow on your For You page, please know that she is a scammer and she is doing harm and she plays this DV role out in front of her children who do not know that it's fake. I've seen them push their children's like off their lap, talking about some. Can't you see I'm on live? Like with their little toy, push them out of their lap. They don't engage with their children. It's just really bad to watch. So if you're in there and you're supporting them for your entertainment, quote unquote, which is disgusting, that you find a woman being emotionally abused to the point of miscarriage over and over and over again, entertainment, that's fucking weird to me. But hey, to each their own. But if you see her and you don't want to support a scammer, please do not give this woman your money. She's lying to you. And
100%.
yeah, thank you again for having me up here. I appreciate
Thank
you.
you for coming. I appreciate you coming up.
Oh,
Good
now that
morning.
I found you, girl, I'm gonna be up in here showing love. Trust. I'm all for
Okay.
taking down all the clowns. Take them all down.
Have a great day.
You too.
Does anyone else want to come? Okay, we got somebody else. Oh. Good morning. Swiss roll is like Del Tuna something. I'll pull it up. Good morning, Moles. Moles, did you intend to come up? Del Tuna fungus. Oh, nope. Canadian, not only will they walk past a homeless person, they won't help a family member. They will tell a family member to get it together. But because they see somebody, okay, so all right, y'all know I watch a lot of TV, right? Yeah, Orchid, we found that out. So I'm watching a documentary right now called An Update on Our Family. It's on HBO Max. And it is around a couple, I think the Schaefers, but don't quote me on that. But they were like the first couple on YouTube who made success of their family channel, right? And in the beginning, it was kind of just like a few followers, whatever the case may be. When she got pregnant and they announced that to the group, their numbers exploded, right? And they realized the more that they revealed about themselves, the more followers they would get, the more money they would make. And they figured out that if you teased like an announcement for 2, 3, 4 videos, it built up an anticipation and people would, yes, that's what they did, Jayla. People would love it. So they had kid after kid after kid at first, right? I think they had like three children, and I don't think that they intended to get pregnant again. So they had to figure out something to keep boosting their numbers. So they decided to do the adoption. The list of adoption videos was ridiculously long because they literally showed people every step of the way, the paperwork they had to fill out, the decisions behind what they were doing and why they were doing it. And the orphanage that they were, or the organization they were working with, they let people know that their children had issues. Now, if you know anything about China from back in the day, they had a one child rule. So that a lot of girls got put up for adoption because they wanted sons, because sons take care of the family. It is so bad now that there aren't enough women to marry all of the men in the country, and they are now looking for women around the world. So they had to fill out paperwork that explicitly indicated what illnesses they were willing to accept. What could they handle as a couple? They checked off everything but one. I don't know what the one was, but they checked everything off. Like, we're going to love this baby, we can handle it. They named him before they ever even saw his face. They get to China. Now, mind you, for their videos on YouTube, they literally took video of them waking up, then getting dressed, then getting in the car, then getting to the airport, then on the plane, then the layover, then the next plane, then at the hotel. Then people were like, it's a countdown, it's 6 more hours until we see Huxley and blah, blah, blah. They get there, they get the baby, and they have not prepared themselves for the trauma that this child would have dealt with. He was with his foster mother for a long time. He wasn't institutionalized. So he felt like you were taking him away from the mother he knew. They get him home and they're like, we thought we were prepared. We were not. Like, we didn't realize that bringing him here, he would basically be unhappy because he missed the mother he knew. Well, time goes on, and most of their content is now around Huxley, this little boy from China. Their other kids fade to the back. And then they get him tested and find out he has like autism 3, ADHD, and some other things. You can see that she starts working with him, everything. And then all of a sudden one day, no more videos of Huxley. If you asked about Huxley, you got muted or deleted or blocked. She took some final photos and then he was just gone. It turns out that she decided, and this is another thing. She then had another baby, I think to boost the numbers again. But at that point, we're at 6 children. I think it was just too much. So they decided to give him back. How do you adopt a child, keep him for 2.5 years? So now he knows you as mommy and daddy. You ripped him from the comfortable, loving home he was in and promised him a lifetime of love and support. How dare you? Now, y'all got to also understand at this point, she has 500,000 followers. She's getting brand deals like crazy. And one brand deal that they showed the other night was she got a brand deal from Dreft, right? And it was supposed to be for washing baby clothes. So she uses this little boy Huxley in the video. So again, no permission granted because he's a baby. He doesn't know. And she's like, I washed Huxley's clothes and dressed. And since I wasn't there when he was born, it made me feel like I was smelling my newborn. What? It was funny because in the documentary they were talking to a brand and they were like, yes, everything you say is true, but have you heard, I think her name was Myra Amir, something like that, Schaefer. The lawyer for the brand was like, next question, like, we're not talking about her. And then the owner of the company was like, we're not talking about her. Why? She obviously did something wrong and inappropriate, etc. And then all of the videos that had Huxley in it went private because they got rid of him. And people realized his car seat wasn't in the car anymore. You did it all for views and money. Because if it was so overwhelming, you talk to somebody and you figure out how to make it less overwhelming. So people will do anything for a dime. Anything. They will go to all lengths. And as far as I'm concerned, her and her husband were scammers too. They just figured out a way to make it look like it was like they had it all together. They did not. So if you like documentaries, you have HBO Max, check it out. It is fascinating. It's not finished. I think there's another video or two. Good morning. Mika Stauffer. Okay, yeah. You know I get names wrong. Good morning. Nicole. Good morning.
Yes, last night.
Everyone's is breaking.
Yeah, literally.
Everyone's.
I did this and it just
Good morning.
spring broke.
Yeah, CJ, if you want to come up and talk about Beth and Devin, you're welcome. Nicole?
None.
Okay, I don't think she intended to come up.
Like I literally saw the inside of this. I was like,
Hey, do you have a picture of them?
Somewhere. I got to look for it. All
Okay.
right. Has anybody seen the last two posts that Beth and Devin has made? Beth thinks that ICE is going to come after her and Devin. We're going to tie them up so long that all our Mexican friends will be able to run free. Why would ICE even think of that? I kid you not. I'll find you the video, and I will send it to you.
Please do.
And then there was another one yesterday because Mexican homie called out Devin, and now Devin wants Mexican homie to pull up next to him because Devin has connections and he'll have ice all over Mexican homie and have him deport it and this and that and everything. They are so. I got a recording of that too. I will find it and send it to you. But they are so big and bad behind the camera that I seen these and I just couldn't help but laughing. And if anybody wants her clapper name, let me know because I'll gladly
I'd send
pin
me
it up.
that
And
too. Send me that too.
again, when I get out of the box, I will pin it because apparently she says, "Oh well, I can get away with a lot more on clapper than I can here." She even posted a video of her giving her clapper, or no, she gave it out yesterday on her live. She gave out her clapper name. It's Band of Eight RV for Life, and life is spelled F or LYFT, not LIFT. But like I said, I will pin it.
F-E, not
LYF band BAN of the number 8 and LYFT.
No, it's L-Y. It's L-Y-F-E, right? Life.
Yeah, LYFE.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Okay.
Forgive me, I've only had my 9th cup of coffee. I still need some more.
Listen, I need to go get a cup. I haven't had any
All
yet.
right, well,
He is stolen valor.
real quick, Beth was never in the military.
Nope.
I have the number to the state attorney general here. Like I said, I do a lot of work with the VA. I sent in a request for military records. They could not send me any military records, but they did tell me no records found.
Yep. Oh.
And now getting to Carol Edwards, she has pissed through that $12,000 that she got already. She's down to $3,000. That's little over 2 months worth of rent, not including her bills. She will be back. Oh, send me. She's already started with the gifts. Send me gifts. Come on. I need 20 corkies. I need this. I need that. Light up the gift gallery. She's going that route as far as the begging.
I wonder if she bought a bunch of furniture and that's why. Because when I talked about her on Wednesday, remember, she was at first saying she wasn't paying anybody back after promising to pay people back if they kept her in that hotel. And now she switched it up and was like, in April, when I get my next back pay, I will pay you back. Just send me proof that you sent me money and I will pay you back. She was like, but never speak to me again.
She seems to think that she seems to think that she's going to get $17,000 a month in back pay. It doesn't work that way. It's every 3 months up to 1 year. It's 4 payments, and it's not always going to be $17,000. The first check that they give you is the bulk of it. That will be $17,000. Now the next 3 checks might be only 2, 3, 4, maybe 5,000 max. She's not going to get 17,000 every clip. And she claims that, her lawyer took 5,000 of the 17, which is possible.
Well, they have to get paid too.
Exactly.
Where does she think that money comes from? They take
And if anybody,
without pay and only get paid if you get approved. So of course
right.
they take money off the top.
I work with a couple lawyers here in New Jersey that do the Social Security, and they basically specialize with the vets. And instead of a normal 15 or 10 to 15% fee that the lawyers charge pro bono for doing this, they charge the vets 5%. All right, because it took me almost 7.5 years. And then when I finally got it, guess what? I'm at retirement age again. I've retired twice. I really didn't need it. And I wanted to stop it, but then again, the lawyer said, well, if you stop it, then we're going to hit you with this bill.
Correct.
All right, fine. I got my Social Security, and then I got an increase in my pensions, and I told Social Security, I don't need it. I have other income coming in. I don't need it. Let's put it back in the system for somebody who does. And they were more than glad to stop it. They were more than glad to stop it on me. But the best thing when I seen that, believe me, I will find them and I will send them to you. But please, if you see anything come from me, one, do not have anything in your mouth. Make sure you go to the bathroom before you watch it, because I am not going to be responsible for soiled pants.
He's giving everybody a
And make
fair
sure the cats are nowhere around, so you can't knock anything and hit the cats with it, because you will. I'm telling you, you'll lose it. I mean, if I don't follow a lot of you, just go to Beth Osborne and look at some of her posts. The last 2 posts, I believe, is in there. And if she has you blocked, make up a burner account and just go in there and watch them. I mean, when she brought up about ICE coming after her and Devin and this and that, I woke up this morning, my FYP was about ICE and here in Trinidad, Colorado. Gee, Beth, you just told everybody where you're at again. And now, people are stalking us. I don't know how they find us.
Right.
Your big mouth, maybe? Come on.
Give people this advice. If you really want to be a part of this community, get a burner account that has no relation to your real account, and then do it. Because why would you want them to have access to your personal information? Get another
Believe it or
account.
not,
Go ahead.
Believe it or not, I was just in your live under 2 of my burner accounts.
Really?
One account, there was a couple people that knew me. All right. The other burner account, nobody knows who I am. And if you look at that burner account, you'll see nothing but me following beggars and scammers. And I want it that way, because if I put on there following you, or say All for One or Mexican Homie, they see that, that's an instant block. Once they see them names, it's an instant block. But if you put on there, you're following Kim Peters and Carol Edwards and Lori Jones and Beth and Devin, they leave you alone.
Right.
They look to see who you're following. So make a burner. Don't follow anybody that you usually follow. I mean, all I did was just typed in the search bar, Digital Deceiver Shadow, boom, took me right to her live. And I came in, I didn't follow her. I came in, said what I had to say, and on one account, I left. Went over to another burner account. I popped in there, and like I said, I just sit there and somebody would say something. And one time somebody said something to CJ, and I turned around and I answered it on another account. And I said, I think that's what CJ would say. So you got to watch if you have 2 devices and you're on the same live. You have to watch what device you go on when you want to say something.
Right.
But a burner account is always the best. And make sure your burner account, like I said, has the beggars and the scammers on it. Because once you do that, they have no idea. Because there was somebody in here, I'm not mentioning her name, Lori Jones, was sitting in here. She was watching earlier. And I was going to kick her. And I was going to mute her. And I was like, no, because we're not talking about her right now.
Right.
So I didn't do anything with her, and she was basically just watching.
Lori,
But if she would have said something, I would have said, like I said to the other people that were, yous are nothing but bullies and this and that. And I said, well, this is a public platform. Anybody's free to watch the live. Anybody's free to agree or disagree. And everybody's free to walk out the same door they came into.
correct.
I mean, like I said, I don't get off on blocking and muting people. The only way you'll get blocked and muted from me, and I'll tell Digital first, if you are totally disrespectful to anybody in this live, you will get the boot quicker than Beth gets her money. And by the way, speaking of money, Brig and Ty is having a really hard time. They they started. They've been on about an hour and a half, and I think they only got like $3
Really?
because because somebody went in there and said, "Gee, Ty, didn't you get your Social Security check today? What did you do with it?"
Ooh.
And that person kind of got muted. So I mean, so I went. I mean, so that person went to another account and said it again, and then that one got muted. And then I went to another account and I said it again. And they were up there long enough for people to see it. Because Gabby, apparently, she must have school on her mind because she's surely not watching the chat. But then again, she hasn't been in school in over 2 weeks.
Right. I
And
heard she dropped out.
rumor has it she's got kicked out.
Oh, she got kicked out.
She got
Mate.
kicked out. It's not that she quit; she got kicked out for poor attendance and poor participation.
Oh, so now they have another reason to get sympathy. Again, the
But
way he
well,
acts, what he talks about, he can have a job. If it's stacking
according,
groceries,
according according to Ty, she hasn't been able to go to school because it's too cold outside.
please, people go to work every day in the cold. But my
I
thing
woke
is,
up this morning.
why weren't you walking her to and from the bus stop when it was nighttime and she was alone? You'd rather stay online and beg for money. You're
Well, you
probably,
see his new kick now, don't you?
huh?
He'll beg for the room money during the day, and then he'll come in the afternoon, and he'll play the word game because now he's been reported for not having content. So now he comes on in the afternoon and he does the word game thing. So now his live has content.
Be for real. All it
Yep.
is begging. He literally says it over and over again. All we need is 6809. Anything helps. All we need is 6809 to keep the room. We gotta stay warm. We need 6809. Like, it is grating to listen to him. And then when he did his whole list about what awareness people could do, instead
Oh yeah,
he was like, number 13 goes with number 15, and that's get a life.
yeah. I mean, awareness pages. I mean, we're afraid to. We can't afford to give him money. Really?
Yeah, I talked about that. That's his new philosophy for why he has empathy for us. That the truth is that we all want to give to him. We want to take care of them, but we can't afford to. So instead of being angry with our circumstances, we're angry with them, and that's why we're taking it out on them. That we feel
I
so
mean,
good that we can't help them. I was like, sir, you are delusional.
all right. I'm not rich by any means. Like I said, I collect two pensions because I did my time. All right. I also have a side hustle. That is my funny money. About 5 years ago, when we were getting snowed like crazy here, I went out and bought a snowmobile. This is the first time in 5 years I've been able to take my snowmobile out because we've had a measurable amount of money to where, or money, we've had a measurable amount of snow to where I can go out and play with my toy. But guess what? I've worked my whole, I mean, I retired the first time at 38. I
Wow.
went in the military at 18. I did 22 years. Well, I did 20 years, but got credited for 22. At 38, I retired. Oh man, the first year of retirement was great. After that, it got boring.
Right.
So what did I do? I got into the trucking for another 17 years. I retired from there. But when I retired from there, I'm still part owner of my own trucking company. I
Oh,
took my money and I invested it into some trucks. Leased out to a company, and I have two female drivers, they're twin sisters. They are still working for me. And they are, after 7 years, they are still working for me. They are still leased to the same company that we are leased to, and they are 50-50 owners in the company. It's possible, people. You just got to be, I mean, I'm a
no.
Gen X baby. I'm a Gen X baby. I've been working I know everybody's here heard it. Oh, I've been working since I was 13 years old. Went to school both ways uphill in the snow with only one shoe. Well, man, I wish I had that. I wish I had that one shoe. But as a Gen X, we're not afraid to go out and work. I mean, if it wasn't for my eyesight right now, and my health problems, I would probably still be out doing my little high hustles. But my body can't handle it anymore. But there's nothing wrong with Ty. He claims that he can't work, he can't be around people. Ty, you already, as you quote, TikTok is your job. There are plenty of jobs. You have a laptop. Bree has proved that. You have a tablet. You have proved that. You can get on there. There are work from home jobs. Amazon has jobs that you can work from home. They'll send you a message stating that such and such order is being shipped, and then you turn around and you put a tracker on it, and then you keep these people informed of where their package is or if something's not in that package. So don't tell me you can't work from home and you're not dealing with people. All you're doing is sending a message. And there's nothing wrong with your girlfriend.
Not at all. When you can write, record, mix, master, and promote your own music, you can get a job. Because those are 5 separate
Exactly.
jobs. You can absolutely get a job. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
And you know, he's not as handicapped as he's actually playing it off. As you said, if he can do all this for a quote unquote career in music, you can send an email saying, hey, your package will be there at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, or your package will be there at such and such a time, or there was a discrepancy in your order. Please contact so and so.
Right.
So I don't
Yeah.
play all, I mean, and
Hello, what's up, guys?
I'm going to drop down and let her talk. So I've taken up way too much time. So I'm
No.
going back down to the
Follow me,
peanut.
I follow you.
Fine. Thank you. Good morning, user. You can
Thank
unmute yourself. How are you?
German und England und Italia.
Are you a child?
No.
Okay. How can I help you?
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna drop you down. Thank you for coming. All right, guys. It is almost 11. So I am gonna go. I want to go see Bree and Ty begging. It's taking a while. I don't care if it takes an extra 30 seconds for them to get it. I appreciate it. Everybody, hug your loved ones, please. Tomorrow isn't promised. Pray, if you do, for people all across this nation. People are struggling, they're having a hard time. California had another fire outbreak that took 10,000 acres. And I know that at the very beginning, they were already starting an arson investigation. So that doesn't look good either. Take it easy. I probably won't go live tomorrow. I might, but I doubt it. It would have to be a lot going on. But we know there has been a lot going on. But expect me on Monday morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time. You will either see me in the comment section or I'll see you Monday morning. Thank you, everyone, and please have a wonderful weekend. Aww. I didn't want them to have their money already. That was quick. Dang. All right. Bye, guys.